to the Beatties?
To who?
The Beatties?
Beatties?
Beatties? Is that
Yes.
how they pronounce it?
Yeah, Beatties.
Okay.
Yeah, from down around Ross County.
Okay.
Now there's Beatties up around Greenfield and around,
Okay.
but they're white Beatties.
Okay.
But of course, now on the Beatties on my side, they're very, very light complected. You would think they would be almost white.
Okay.
Because I used to tell the story about when my mother used to work, we were just very small. She said, "Don't let no one in the house at all."
Right.
So one day this real light complected man knocked on the door, and it was my grandfather.
Oh.
And so he thought I was going to let him in. I said, "Nope." My mother said not to let no one in. We didn't know.
Oh, no.
He said, "I'm your grandfather."
Oh no, that's so funny.
we told our mother that, and boy, I'm telling you, she got a big kick out of that.
Well, you did as you were told.
Yeah.
So, the Beatties from here were friends with Augustus West, right? That was who went and helped him earn his money.
Yeah, right, because now Augusta West's place was that or down around Greenfield.
Yeah, it was in Courthouse, like in Fayette County, but it's out 41, like it's like right between 41 and 753.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, on here you have, oh, she's beautiful.
Yeah, Virgil Harris was my cousin.
Oh, wow,
Who's that?
Virgil Harris.
Oh, Virgil Harris, that was
Yeah.
your cousin?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah, I found a story about an Upthegrove who they describe her as long, wavy black hair and a very deep tan.
And a very deep tan. Okay, I like that.
And she was in Florida. She was I think she was probably a Seminole.
Okay.
But yeah, so I was reading, there's so many things to ask about. So I was reading about this town. Now, were you born in Courthouse?
No, I was born in Columbus,
Okay.
but my mother and father and my sister, the three of us, we moved to Washington Courthouse when I was 4. I was 4 years old,
Okay.
and I've lived here ever since.
Okay. And now, do you know how your family ended up in Ohio? So his family was manumitted by one of his ancestors.
Mm-hmm.
Were you guys manumitted, or did you come up this way from the?
I can go back to 1860, 1865. In fact, this is one of the books that my sister wrote, The Genealogical History of the Jones Foster Families.
Okay.
Okay. Now this is if you can read that better.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
The year 1867 begins the story of the migration from slavery in Kentucky to freedom in Ohio. Samuel Jones, my great-great-grandfather, who was born in Montgomery County, Kentucky, in the year 1814, a slave of Jack Tall's. Is it Falls or Talls?
Talls.
Gotcha.
Uh-huh.
Then sold by Talls to Mr. Van Field. The names of his owners. He was married to Polly
Heisel. Yeah.
in the year 1850. They had 11 children. One of the children, Spencer Jones, born March 16th, 1853, was my grandfather. Spencer was named for his uncle, born in 1812. Spencer married Sophia Wilson in 1883. Samuel Jones had a brother, Spencer, who was born in Montgomery County, Kentucky in the year 1812. Also a slave of Jack Tall's, and Benjamin Wally, his owner, carried him to Bath County, Kentucky, when the Emancipation Proclamation was issued by President Abraham Lincoln, declaring all men free and equal. The two brothers had not seen each other since they were boys, being separated by the sale of their owners. Both decided to move to the great state of Ohio, where they would be treated as human beings. Neither knowing the intention of the other, both started about the same time and met in the city of Lexington, Kentucky, en route to Ohio. Once in Ohio, Samuel and family located on the farm of Kelly Dixon, and Spencer and family on the farm of William Brandon. When Samuel and Spencer were tenants in the country, they decided to exercise their rights to vote. The brothers were questioned by neighbors as to why they had different family names. The brothers told their neighbor they were compelled by their former owners to use their names. A council was called, and after the investigation, William Preston Snyder, one of the council, offered a resolution that the part of their name bearing that of their owners be dropped, and the name of Jones be recorded, which was agreed to. Later, they were informed that their former names was Flannery, as he was a slave of Flannery, and that was an improper name. The name of Jones, named as recorded. They all lived in Fayette County, and were highly respected citizens as long as they lived. This article appeared in the August 1902 Washington Courthouse, Fayette County, Ohio newspaper. It also appeared in the genealogical history of the Jones Foster family, published in 1983 by Eva Louis Jones Slater.
Now that was my oldest sister.
Yeah, so that's really interesting because I had heard that.
Mm-hmm.
And one of the reasons that I started this is that I noticed so many names were similar.
Mm-hmm.
And when I was reading about the Presbyterians, back then, they said a lot of intermarriage happened with Presbyterians.
Okay.
Because they didn't have a problem with intermarriage.
Yeah.
And
okay.
that's how a lot of them. So I was talking to some kids these days, and there's like a movement for kids to change their names because they think that their names, because they're black, were slave owners' names. And I said, they already did that, though. Most of them.
Oh, yes.
Right?
Well,
or
not all of them.
Yeah.
No.
So who, do you know who this William Preston Snyder is?
A council member here in Washington Courthouse, but we never could get any more information about him.
I have a little bit of information about him.
Do you?
I do. He was a stop for the Underground Railroad, and he is where the Catholic Church stands, is where his home was. And on the back side where Life Pregnancy Center is,
yes,
there's still some bricks. That right there was a barn, and they had the back side of it sectioned off
yes,
to be a Underground Railroad stop.
Is that right? How'd you get all of that?
I found it in a 1939 magazine.
I'm sorry?
Thank you for what you're doing. That is
Okay,
awesome.
you're welcome,
That
you're
is
welcome.
awesome.
I love it. Yeah, like I said, I was just so William Preston. Yes, so I looked into him. He did own. He's in the 1867.
Okay.
You got to go back to that plat book, and his name is there.
Okay.
So and then the Campbells purchased it. So the Campbells were across.
Yeah, I
the
know
way.
where the Campbells, right there on that corner of Fayette and the east.
So that right there, the house is there right now that they just restored. It's beautiful.
Oh yeah, isn't it beautiful?
Isn't
on
it?
the outside it is.
So
yeah.
that house was built in the 1880s.
Okay.
So that one was not a stop, but there was a building behind it. And when William, he actually ended up moving to Kansas.
Okay.
And I'm trying to find out if he was part of the Immortal 10, which is the Kansas frontier. A lot of the boys from here went there.
Okay.
So, and a lot of the ones that ran the grist mills and things came up, and they were stops on the Underground Railroad because people would sleep inside the mills.
Okay.
Yeah. And so he was out by Jasper Stanton. They had a mill, and William Snyder, spelled this way. And so they did some of them. It looks like one branch kept the Y and one branch kept the I, but Henry Snyder was the first Snyder here.
Well, okay, yes.
Yeah.
Now Jasper Mills, that's, I've got a record of all the reunions when they first came to Ohio, the Jones. Well, I say Joneses because I can't remember all the slave names that they had. But
oh no, you're fine. That's fine to know
but
that.
anyhow, they kept a record of all the reunions from back in 18 so and so up to the present, and I've got a record of all the reunions that was held. And Jasper Mills was I think one of the reunions that they held.
That's incredible. So some of
Go
them.
ahead, I'm listening.
So some of the things that I think is so interesting, like I said, the kids today, they don't understand the issues that you guys faced.
Right.
So you are 94, correct?
No, I'm 96.
So you're 96, you've seen a
I'll
lot
be
of things.
97 in a couple months.
Interesting. So a lot of them, I mean, it just seems like there's been some kind of disconnect, that they've lost touch with some of the roots that make them American, because this is the first country to, well, I guess England did away with it, but we did it fairly quickly after the, Constitution was written after we became a country. And so I was looking at some of the people who moved here were radicals. They were radical abolitionists, so they wanted immediate emancipation. They didn't want to wait. Some of the Quakers thought, up east, they wanted to do it over the course of a couple of generations. And the Presbyterian or the Scot-Irish said, no. And the Quakers, like his family, they said no.
Yes.
So, because I was looking up, and some of the white side of his family, so the Quakers didn't believe in intermixing. The Presbyterians didn't mind it. The Methodists didn't like it. And the Baptists didn't like it so much. But the Presbyterians and the Presbyterians and, if I believe, the Methodists were the ones that did it more than the others. So that's where you got a lot of lighter skinned. I actually found some accounts of the Underground Railroad where you had to prove you were black enough to be on it. They didn't know. They called them the Red Foxes. And they would come up and they'd have red hair. And they were like, why do you have red hair?
Oh.
I was like, okay. And so I found a few different things. So your great-grandfather
Yes.
came up. Did you meet him, or was he gone by the time?
Oh, no, he was gone, my great-grandfather. In fact, my grandfather, I think he died in I was born in 1929, and I think my grandfather died in 1930, I think. Spencer Jones. Okay, well, anyhow, I think he died the year after I was born.
Okay.
But I'd have to look here to make sure, but I'm pretty sure.
So did you ever, what did you think about the bullet holes in the door at the courthouse?
At the courthouse?
Yeah.
Well, of course, that was when they were trying to get to the one man where they decided they thought that he had murdered this one white woman, right? You didn't
no,
know.
but there
I think
was
it
some
was rape,
confusion.
What'd you say?
Wasn't it about rape?
It was.
It
So
was
Yeah.
about what?
Rape?
Oh,
They
that's
thought
right.
that he had
He-
raped her.
He had raped them, yes.
Right.
Yeah, not murdered,
So
but raped
I was
her.
I was
Thank you,
asking
Kenny.
because there are pictures of a man being hung, and then there are the bullet holes, and it's two separate events. And I found that a lot of like the black people in our community think that they're the same event, that they hung him.
No.
And
Yeah.
I was very well. A lot of the people in their 70s and 80s, if you asked them what it was, when they did the tour, somehow their little minds conflated the two. Because I guess they showed them in kindergarten. I feel like that's a little young to tell that story.
Yes.
But yeah, I was very. So I was just curious what you had thought. So the woman that he assaulted
Yes.
was actually an older woman. She was in her 60s.
And
and-
wasn't she from out in the country?
Parrot
close-
Station, yeah.
Parrot
And
Station.
he was from Jeffersonville.
Yes.
And he had just gotten released that morning because he had tried to assault another doctor's wife in
Oh,
town.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. Apparently he was a problem.
Okay.
His mom married an elder, which I saw you have elder in some of your stuff.
Yeah, there's
John Elder.
John Elder, yes.
So she had just married John Elder, and she got pregnant for Dolby, the one that committed the crime, when she was in her mid-teens, and then the family moved here.
Mm-hmm.
Willie Dolby was the grandfather, and she kind of moved on a little with her other life, and because he was almost grown, he stayed with his grandparents,
Okay.
and he was angry about it.
Okay.
And his heart was hurt. It sounds like from what the warden said later on, because he repented and ended up becoming a good citizen after that. But yeah, he wasn't hung. He was. They wanted to hang him,
Mhm.
and I said I don't know if it's so much even the fact that he was black, because they did hang a white man for committing a murder. I said I don't know if it was that or if it because she was on the Underground Railroad. She was one of the people that would have taken care of like people coming through, and he was related to her. She was like an aunt through marriage, or a great aunt through marriage.
Mm-hmm.
From all the document, because they came up from Sinking Springs, which is where the Boyds were.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
but I was just I feel like the sign that they put out front is kind of a little bit misleading on it. Just
Put
a
out
little.
where?
Out front of the courthouse on it, because he says he was an accused rapist and they tried to lynch him. He confessed to it, and he thought he had killed her.
Oh.
So when he got here, he found out she was still alive. He was actually relieved, because he was like, but his family wouldn't take him in. He went home, and his mother and grandparents were like, no.
Oh.
So he hopped a train to Delaware. And when he got to his family in Delaware, where the shark lands are, Little Africa up there, in Delaware, by Galena.
Never heard of that.
Oh,
Little Africa.
So Morris Sharp, the gentleman here, his family members donated their land from the Revolutionary War to what is now on Africa Road in Galena.
In Toledo?
In Galena, Ohio.
Oh, Galena.
It's up by Powell.
Okay.
So they donated their land so that people could come up, and they built a whole thing for them.
Okay.
Yeah, I have somebody who has a big box of pictures from that era,
Okay.
and I'm trying to get them to let me see them, because they don't know who they belong to. They don't
Oh.
know who they are.
Oh.
So I was like, maybe I'll find pictures where they're similar, and I can in here.
Yeah.
Because it's the Morris Sharp. It was his parents, I think, that donated the land, or uncle.
Okay.
Yeah, but he went up there, and then the sheriff was like, his family there had already been warned what he had done.
Mm-hmm.
So they said, no shelter here. Go face your music. And then the sheriff, he gave a false name. The sheriff said, I thought it was him, though.
Oh.
So our sheriff went up, picked him up,
Mm-hmm.
talked to him the whole way on the way home. Then he got here, he pled guilty, and the mob tried to get him. Which, yeah, but they were angry.
Sure.
He had, committed an atrocity.
Yes.
So I was just curious I was trying to figure out through the years how people view it. Because some people, one gentleman said that to him, it hurt his heart as a black man because he thought that it meant that it was a symbol that no black man could get a fair trial in our town. And that he spent his whole life feeling that way. And then I told him, I showed him the evidence on it, and he's like, I had no idea.
Okay.
So I was just curious what you had thought about the doors. Do you feel like they should be there?
Do I feel like they should still be there?
Like the holes? Do you
Yeah,
feel
the
like
holes.
they should cover them?
I do, because it's history.
Okay.
Yeah, I do, because it's history.
I agree.
If you try to change history, you'll relive history in the long
That's
term. And so,
Yeah.
I don't think you try to change it.
Yeah, I
Yes.
agree.
I see nothing wrong with it. No, they had the, what is it, when they were trying to get to the black man,
Mhm.
and
Yeah.
what was it that they had come down here and
The Coit militia, the Ohio militia.
right,
Gotcha.
yeah, right,
Sorry, I couldn't think of it either.
yes,
Yeah, so Coit, and then he stood trial for murder because him and Cook both did, and he lost the election over it because he was like, no, I'm not doing it.
yes.
Yeah. So was this, can I ask you about this William Preston Snyder? Was this counsel in courthouse?
Yes,
It was, oh, okay.
yeah, it was held here in Washington Courthouse, the council was, and that's when they decided to give us the name of Jones.
That's awesome. I mean, that's really interesting.
Because, see, my name could have been Flanora. Flanora. Yeah, yeah, right.
Flanora. It's so interesting. So, do you feel like, so I see online a lot of groups on like Facebook and stuff where they talk about the descendants of this plantation, and they know the names, so they go and look for just specifically descendants of the plantation. Do you think that them changing the names after they got away from slavery stopped those efforts, or
Do I feel like what now that
they stopped so I saw online there's places in like Alabama and places like that where they have Facebook groups for the descendants of certain plantations, and they go out looking for like black people with the last name of
Flanora?
Lenore and
some-
stuff like that. Yeah. What do you think about
Well,
those?
I think it's a good thing. I was talking to a woman in Dayton where I found out, I guess by looking in a telephone directory years ago, her last name was Flanora.
Oh.
Yes, oh it did. And so I was asking her if she knew anything about her family history. Well, she knew very little, but she said that was a slave
Slave owner.
a slave owner's name,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah.
So what was in here was true, you know.
That's really cool.
Yes.
Yeah, we were looking at his, because one of his ancestors came to Ohio and then manumitted all of them. And Spears was the same way. And Gist, a lot of them, so do you know the book by William Still, the book about slavery, the Underground Railroad, Still from Philadelphia?
No.
It, if I could think of how to describe it better, you'll know who it is. He was Peter Still, and he came up the Underground Railroad. But when he got to Philadelphia on the Underground Railroad, they said, "Oh, I know where your family is," and they took him immediately to the Gist settlement.
Oh, to the Gist settlement.
His
Okay.
family had been sold
Yes.
and then ran away, and so he was sold to a different down further south, and so his name was different than theirs, but they looked alike.
Oh.
And someone said, "I know where your people are." Took him over there, and everyone had changed their name to Gist in
Okay.
honor of the surveyor in Ohio who was an abolitionist.
Okay.
So that's why. Do you know why they chose the name Jones?
No, I wish I did know.
Okay.
I wish I did know.
Let me see. I wonder if there's ever any notes left over from this.
If there
If they were, yeah.
was, I know nothing about, you know.
Yeah. Well, his descendants are in Kansas. So I did find that Jones, or not Jones, Snyder.
Yeah.
There are a couple here still, but it's not, it's of his brother's line.
Okay.
So Henry came with an I, and then one of them ended up adding a Y to their name, and one was an I.
Okay.
So, I don't know why.
Yeah.
But he was, they were Covenanters. They were Presbyterian Covenanters.
Presbyterian.
And then when they, Bloody Kansas was happening, a lot of them, there was the Calkins, the Collins, some of the McCoys. They purchased land in Indiana, Kansas to keep the Underground Railroad going. So a lot of the people who came here came from down by the river. So their parents were on the river
Okay.
in the late 1700s. And then when they were born in the, years later, they bought the land further up and further up because they had a goal to go 5 to 10 miles. At a stop every 5 to 10 miles.
Okay.
That's what I had read. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Some people say there was no organized effort, but it felt to me like when I was reading it, there was an organized effort.
Yes.
Do you think the Underground Railroad was organized, or do you think it was very, just people kind of stumbled upon good people?
Well, to a certain extent, I think it was organized because it just went along so well. You know what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
Yes, I think it was organized.
I mean, it's not like we didn't just overthrow a government.
No,
They could do that.
No.
I feel like they could do, because it said that they found a lot of the connections were made during the War of 1812 when they all went south.
Mm-hmm.
And into the south, they coordinated with each other. So I was like, okay.
Mm-hmm.
So do you know if your family stopped at any? Well, so no, they weren't on the Underground Railroad. They came up after, right? Do you know of any other stops that were in our town for the Underground Railroad?
That were in Fayette County, you mean?
Yeah, Fayette, Paint Valley. When I looked at the old abolitionist record, it said we had the largest one.
Oh, I'm sorry. Go
Oh,
ahead.
no, you're fine.
No, I was going to say the only thing I ever heard was just the Underground Road. If there were anything else involved,
Yeah.
I wasn't aware of it. No, never heard of it.
Was there a specific spot that people went to that were so was there like a black area of town, or did people just kind of intermingle back then? What do you think?
They weren't. There was more or less a specific black area, area for nothing but blacks.
And
Where was that
That
at?
was even in the
I'm
that
sorry.
was even in the 70s and 80s.
Yes,
Yeah.
That was
right.
still the case.
Yes,
Yeah.
right.
John Street
Okay, John Street.
and
Yeah, John Street. Yes.
and Gibbs Avenue was a lot of blacks over in there.
Down around Willard Street.
Willard,
Yes, that were Willard.
Yeah, there was-
A lot of blacks.
Willard and Yeoman,
Yeah. Oh, Yeoman had.
yeah,
And
Yeoman
Yeoman
Street.
Street. Yes,
Okay.
you're right.
Church,
Church Street.
Jake and Eddie Mitchell and
Because they even had that black school right down there
on John
Willard
Street.
Street. And they had the black school on John Street, right off
Right.
of John Street.
Right.
They had a black school.
Yeah. When I saw a newspaper article where you talk about was it Lawrence that was pivotal in getting when the was it a fire or a tornado took
Tornado
down
hit in 1895.
Okay.
What was that now?
The tornado hit the school in 1895
Oh, the black school over there on
Yes,
John Street.
on John.
Yes.
And then at that point, they took and put all the black kids at the the top floor of the old
High school.
high school.
Yes.
Okay. So
Yeah.
they it said that they were pivotal in Augustus West had a school for his kids, for the descendants of slaves that came here. And then a few other people there were 200 schoolhouses in our county. I did not know that. That's a lot of schoolhouses.
Yeah.
Black schoolhouses?
No.
Oh,
Some of them were different. But people, from what I was understanding, they said some people didn't want their kids going to school mixed.
Yes.
And so they said, if you do that, that's fine, but I don't want my kids going there. And so some of the abolitionists said, well, that's fine. We'll send our kids to school with them, but you can't have our money. And that's why they were like, well, I guess we'll integrate then. But it sounds like they actually didn't so much integrate as they stacked on top of, like the schoolhouses. Is that what you're
Well,
saying?
there was 3 floors
Okay.
at the old middle school, the old high school, there on North Street,
Uh-huh.
and they put them all in that upper floor,
Okay.
and that's where they were, no place else, just the upper floor.
Okay.
And at the school, they have information about that,
Okay.
and when it actually happened.
Okay.
So the tornado that went through tore down a bunch of stuff, the Catholic Church, all
Yeah.
kinds of stuff right through there,
Yeah.
and it went right down John Street,
Right.
well, behind John Street. It didn't hit the houses. There's a little lane called Flint Drive,
Okay.
and it was right off of Flint Drive, and it was right down behind Flint Drive that it went down through
Okay.
and took out the school. And from what I understand,
Okay.
so I don't know. I mean, that's just information that I've gathered over the years.
Yeah. That's really interesting. I was just trying to figure out, because in the article, it made it seem like they integrated a lot more back then than they did. They said they didn't want that other school built until, like, they wanted to integrate. And then I found something talking about in 1910, they segregated again. And I was like, interesting that they were
separate according to the records that I've seen.
okay. Hey.
They were still separate in the upper floor of the high school.
I think it's interesting that the founders of the county prioritized education so much that there was 200 schools.
200.
That's a lot of schools. The one-room schoolhouses,
Mm-hmm.
there was 200 scattered about. I was like, huh.
Now, I've got in one of these about have you ever heard of Logtown?
Oh, you know what? I saw a book about it. What is Logtown?
Logtown is a community, and I've got a map of it and all that.
Oh, awesome.
That's where, when the people from Kentucky,
Uh-huh.
my relatives from Kentucky, came up here to Ohio.
Now, is that what they call the bourbon country?
The what?
Bourbon country?
I never heard of it called the Bourbon Country,
Okay.
but I just wanted to show you.
I've heard people say that the
that's
Kentucky
where a
ones
lot
were
of
bourbon
a
slaves.
lot of the Joneses settled was in
Oh,
Logtown. This is the northeast part of the city of Washington Courthouse County, seat of Fayette County.
okay.
No, wait a minute.
Logtown. That's so interesting. Yeah, I saw a book, a binder. I saw a binder over there that said Logtown information. And I
Okay.
was like, what's Logtown?
Yeah, Logtown is a little city. Recently called it Logtown because most all the houses was built of logs.
Oh, okay.
Yes, and that's where after my family come up here from Kentucky, and then they settled out in Logtown, and around Dennis Street. Are you familiar with Dennis Street? Well, if you go the old way to Bloomsburg,
Oh,
and
okay,
right
yes.
outside.
Oh, yeah.
yeah, you'll cross the railroad track and then turn right there to the right, and that's Longtown back there.
Nice. Okay.
In fact, it's back behind this place here.
Okay.
It's back in there but they don't call it Longtown now.
They should.
But a lot of my relatives own property out there.
Okay.
Yes.
And there was no issue with owning property or anything
no.
back then for
No,
black
no,
people
huh.
here? Okay.
No.
I think that sounds like a silly question, but it is a question because some people think
In,
that they
in certain
couldn't-
areas though.
Okay. So was
Well,
courthouse redlined? Was courthouse redlined? Or was that mostly like a bourbon center issue? Oh, there it is, Logtown, right there.
Yeah.
Was courthouse, did they have red line areas?
Red line
Yeah,
areas.
I don't
Yeah.
know what
Red
that
line,
refers to.
they had, apparently, they say that they had red lines around the areas that black people were allowed to purchase
Oh,
homes
I never heard of that.
in the major cities. What's weird is my family was white and they were Appalachian. They just came up here from the river, and they lived in that area. So it was odd, but they say like they would only let them purchase here, and they stopped redlining in the 90s or the 80s.
Oh, I never heard of
I
that.
was like, okay.
But in all reality, there was only certain areas that
Right.
you could be in. And I don't know that they had red lines,
Yeah.
but there were just certain areas that African Americans could be in
Okay.
that I know of. There was clusters.
Of people. Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
it wasn't just anywhere.
So Jeffersonville was one of those places.
Jeffersonville was. Well, there was areas at Jeffersonville, Flint Street and Vine Street and what was the street over
Okay,
Walnut
wait a-
Street. All of those areas was black areas,
Okay.
and they were. I don't know that they were any place else in the town except for those areas. Now later on in life, some people moved elsewhere, but not when I was a kid. It wasn't like that. When in the '60s, everybody had little clustered areas that
Yeah.
they lived, and it wasn't anything different than that. Very few people lived out of those areas.
Mm-hmm.
So
Do you think that was like a systemic thing or more like a cultural thing? Or a mixture?
I think it was a mixture.
Okay.
Just to be honest with you.
Yeah. No, that's why I was asking, because it seems like right after abolition, they were on the way to fixing things, you know, and then something happened and they stopped fixing it, and things got bad again, and I guess part of me wonders like how that happened, you know, like I saw one person and they decided that they were, I read some papers where it was their first conventions after the Revolutionary War, or not Revolutionary, the Civil War, and they were basically coming up with a way to keep people still separated. And this was like in the Republican Party here wrote about it in the newspaper and called them snakes for it. They said the serpent is still trying, and how after everything that they've put America through, are they still a party, is what they wanted to know.
Mm-hmm.
Very interesting. And they had they wanted to try to, they had to keep them separated because they didn't want to see poor black and poor white get together. Not because of like relationships, but because they didn't want them to have power.
Oh.
And they were concerned about that.
Mm-hmm.
So, I don't know. It makes me very curious how that happened.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
Now, this Fed connection it's got a whole story about Longtown, and then
Okay.
it's
And now, is this the one that is the black newspaper you were telling me about?
no
The
this
Fayette Connection?
no,
Oh, that's local. Oh,
that's local.
Okay.
With the Genealogical Society.
Oh, okay.
Put
Okay.
this out. See, this came out in. Oh, I don't even see the date. I don't see the date offhand. But then this has got the story and pictures of I'm gonna let you look at it. I think it starts right here. Sammy Jones and okay. Have you ever heard of the little story about Polly put the kettle on? Haven't you? Polly put the kettle on. Polly put the kettle on. We'll all have tea. Suki, S-U-K-E, Suki, S-U-K-E-Y.
Sake, I think is how it's pronounced. Japanese, right?
Okay, take it off. But anyhow, I would like for you to read this.
Yes.
Starts,
Oh, yeah.
on page, and there's where the Josephs finally settled out in Longtown. Just that, but they put a whole story in there about.
Logtown, a settlement which sprang up on the east side of Devlin,
Yes.
Devlin, sorry.
Yes, something like that.
Devlin Road, at the point where the B&O Railroad crosses that road. Since most of the houses were built of logs, the tiny village, consisting of a half dozen or more homes, was given the name Logtown. Spencer and Sophia Jones had a small wooden house. It was later moved to what is now 1425 Dennis Street. A fire destroyed a major portion of this house. It was remodeled and added on to Mrs. and Mr. Jim Fillmore resided in this house and did much of the remodeling. At the time, a Mr. William E. Smith, now deceased, family lived in the Spencer Jones house in Logtown Settlement. The road listed on Spencer's death certificate is Lewis Pike, which is probably Lewis Road, section of 38. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
So, a note, Logtown listed just below the Washington Courthouse Airport. Yeah. And that's out there where the orphanage was too, wasn't it?
I'm sorry?
The orphanage was over there too, wasn't it?
Orphanage. Oh,
The
it was on
kids'
down.
Children's
Yeah,
home.
it's down towards your children's home. Yes. Down closer to Bloomsburg.
Okay, so Logtown was further than the orphanage?
No, right outside of, right outside. Right outside of,
Bloomsburg.
what's the street? What's that? Little Street? No, what's the street right over there where they play ball?
Lewis.
Lewis?
Lewis.
Lewis, yeah.
Yeah, and that turns into 38.
Yes,
Yeah, okay.
Mhm.
And it says it's right by the railroad track.
yes.
Very interesting. So, the Kingdom of Sardinia. Interesting. That's probably not talking about Ohio. This is Polly Heisel. Is that who you were talking about?
Polly Heisel, yes.
About put the kettle on?
Yes,
Okay, yeah. It says Samuel Jones was born in Montgomery County, Kentucky in 1814. Born a slave, the property of. Okay, this is the same story. Slaveholders of this county of Kentucky.
yes.
Samuel married Polly Heisel
Mm-hmm.
in 1850, and they were born in Clark County, Kentucky. Wow. Snooky Heisel? Interesting. Was known by all of the names of her owners. On all the other entries, Snooky is referred to as Sookie.
Mm-hmm.
Like Sookie now? No, does anyone besides me remember the old nursery rhyme? Polly put the kettle on, Polly put the kettle on, Polly put the kettle on,
We'll
we'll
all
have,
tea.
we'll all have tea. Sookie, take it off again, Sookie, take it off again, Sookie, take it off again, we've all gone away. I wonder what that's about.
I couldn't tell you.
Since nursery rhymes were written often as political jokes and quarrelsome retorts, could this be one? Maybe they escaped, and that's why they were all gone. Very interesting. Oh yeah, here's the whole rhyme. So I saw there was, in town, Mr. Evans, and he was wondering what about his family. So
Which Evans are you?
James Evans, he was wondering his aunt. So he thought his mother black. He's
Okay.
mixed. So I guess his dad. They used to think that he was dark, and his mother was borderline white. And so they would get upset if she took him into stores, and they were like, well, this is my son. And they were like, how? So he thought that she was born a slave, but she was born in the 1870s. So she wouldn't have been born a slave in Alabama. But, I mean, I don't know that it felt much different for her. Maybe, I don't know. But she was a McLean, and then she married a Jazang. Jazang. And then she lived here all their lives, and she ended up marrying a Evans, James Evans Sr.
Okay.
And they lived over on Willard Street.
Yeah,
And
right down on the corner. Yeah.
yeah,
I know where they lived.
so he was curious about how his family ended up in Ross County and some of that stuff. So I looked into some of it, but I haven't found that many answers for him just yet. I'm working
Yes.
on it. Did you ever find anything about the Evanses and any of your research?
No, never did.
So, who would you
But the
consider?
Evanses lived
On
on
Yeoman.
Church Street in Yeoman.
yeah,
Mhm.
they started out on Yeoman,
Yeah.
and then some of them moved down on
Church,
Church Street.
yeah,
The
and then
children.
and then the corner of Church and Willard.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So your older sister had children, correct?
She had one.
Okay.
That
Oh,
was
I see.
my older sister had.
What was her name?
My older sister's name was Eva Louise Jones Slater.
Slater. Okay. What was her daughter's name?
Jackie
Okay.
Slater.
Was she from here also, or was she from here also?
She was born in Dayton.
Okay.
Jackie was born in Dayton.
Do you think that the people leaving Fayette County, was it economic driven, do you think, or
Well,
like, do you think it was economy?
Well, I don't know whether I'm going to answer your question or not, but see, her mother, once she graduated from here in Washington Courthouse, Jackie's mother, she went to Dayton, and then the rest of her life she lived in Dayton.
Okay.
Mhm.
Okay.
And-
Financially, though, a lot of people had to travel outside of our community because there wasn't a lot of
jobs.
jobs that, and I want to be careful, but would hire black people,
Okay.
and especially black women.
Right,
Okay.
you're right.
And so, I seen that. I would have been a young kid, but I seen that with my mom.
Yeah.
She had to go outside of our community to get anything that would help you to make a living.
Okay.
So,
Yeah.
That was still the same way when I graduated in 47.
Okay.
As a woman, you couldn't find no work around here, so I went to Wright-Patterson and
So the federal government would
for
hire
the
you,
federal
but the
government.
locals wouldn't.
my mother, she cleaned houses for people,
Mm-hmm.
and then finally she got a job at Orient with the handicapped
prisoners, or is it?
No, it was kids.
Oh, okay.
Handicapped kids,
Mm-hmm.
and she worked there for years and years, but she would have never had an opportunity here in our community because she would not have been hired.
Right.
Yeah.
Do you know, like, what? So I'm thinking, like, because they had farms. A lot of them had farms when they came here, like the Joneses and stuff. They had
Yeah.
farms.
In fact, most of them lived out on the farms and worked,
They just couldn't make it
Yes,
as farmers financially.
that's right.
It's an
Well,
odd
what,
thing
what
that's-
they did though was they grew enough stuff to take care of their families
Yes.
and feed their families, and then they had to go elsewhere to buy a car and all of those things.
Right.
That's
Yeah.
just what I gathered when I was a young kid.
Yeah.
You know.
So when you graduated in 47, you
Yes.
said? So were you in a segregated school?
Oh, no.
Okay. Well, I wasn't sure
No, that's all right.
at what point they
No.
desegregated.
I don't know. I really don't know because now even my father, he wasn't at a segregated school. He went to the old East Side.
Okay.
And see, my father was born in wait a minute,
18 something.
wait a minute, just a minute. My father was born in 1905,
Okay.
and my mother was born in 1903.
Hmm.
But anyhow, my father went to the old East Side, and that wasn't segregated or anything.
Okay.
No.
And that was okay.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, I was just trying to figure out where
In the
So
in the 20s, there was African American men that played football.
Okay.
You know, if you look back through the yearbooks, you'll find that.
Okay. Well, that was one thing that a couple of people have said is that they were not allowed to play sports here
Right.
because they were black. And I'm not sure, was that because...
That was in the late 20s that I noticed
Oh, yes.
there was
Yeah.
people that would play.
Okay.
But before that, no.
So this would have been in the... Because they're in their 70s now. So when they were in high school, that would have been the 60s? Right?
50, in the 40s, there was some controversy, but 30s and 20s, they didn't let them play that much, you know, just
Okay.
certain people. But
You had to be
then,
really good.
yeah, but then later on in the 30s and late 30s and 40s and 50s, that wasn't necessarily the case.
Okay.
But early that was the case. They couldn't play. Wouldn't let them play.
Did you know of very many business owners around here that were in the black community, or was it something that they usually sent? Is it something that they usually just kind of serviced, like Log Town? They'd have a little shop, or is it something like? I know it said that your dad, was it your dad that used to sell peas to Midland,
Yes.
the Midland
No,
grocery store?
not my dad, my grandfather.
Okay, your
Yes,
grandfather.
my
Okay.
grandfather, yes. But when you mention that, there was something, I hope I can find it because it's around here. I've got a listing of all the black people
Businesses.
and their businesses that they owned
Awesome. Yeah.
from back in 1913.
Okay.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow, okay. Well, I was just
Where
curious
is
'cause
that?
Huh?
some of the old
What'd you say?
I'd love to see that.
some of the old history books, it seems like a few people were listed if they were, they would put like colored beside their name,
Yeah.
but it was only if there was two people in town that had the same name.
Um,
A lot of them didn't have colored beside their name, but they were black people, and so it's like, oh,
Well, birth certificates. That was on birth certificates and
well, I mean, when I'm talking in the newspapers and stuff, it would list people, and I see people and their names and stuff, and then it doesn't say maybe it's because they were abolitionists and they just didn't feel like they needed to add the name.
Oh.
But then it would, like Ben Hubbard was one of them.
The 1913 telephone directory.
Uh-huh.
If you were black, you had a little asterisk, and that's how they identified all black people, was an asterisk.
So I have seen the asterisk next to some names. So that makes
I've
sense.
got the 13 telephone book over back in the corner someplace.
Okay, yeah, I have seen the asterisk, but I didn't know what that meant.
That meant that you were
Color. Okay.
Black
black,
Okay,
black,
gotcha.
colored, or
Yeah.
what they used to call.
Yeah, I don't know. It's so interesting to see the way that people I don't. It's so interesting to see that, like the list of businesses and stuff, and it's like so when I was reading in 1918,
I'm listening.
it
I'm
lists
just looking
John
for
Street
something.
as an Irish settlement. So that's what's interesting when you guys said, oh, everybody on John Street was a black community. It also listed as an Irish community.
As
and-
what? Irish?
Irish.
Irish.
In the 1918, yeah. In the stories of Ducey coming home from the war, it lists him out.
Mr. Ducey.
Yeah, Red Ducey. And, you know, he got arrested for getting drunk on German beer on the way into Germany. And they knocked him down on a rank. And the general of Camp Lejeune, the one it's named after, stepped in when he signed up again and said, why haven't you been, like, given your full rank? And he said, oh, I just took a knockdown to private after, because I just didn't feel like doing a court-martial in the middle of Germany, when they were
Right.
marching into Germany. And I said, that's interesting, but it was because the temperance movement still had control of him over there.
Uh-huh.
And I said, the man just fought Germans with his bare hands and took 400 prisoners. And he can't even have a beer.
And he what?
He can't even have a beer
Oh.
to celebrate. So that's what he lost his rank over it. And so that's why he wasn't Sergeant Ducey until the Second World War, because they knocked him down in rank and sent him home.
Well, how about that?
And then they had to bring him back to give him the highest merit from the French government, because they literally saved Paris.
Okay.
It's he the Devil Dogs, naming them, he's the one who earned the title Devil Dog
Oh.
for the Marine Corps. He was there was a battle in Belleau Wood,
Mm-hmm.
and he volunteered because he didn't have any children or a wife. Him and an 18-year-old, and then there were several other people who took another nest, and they had to get down. The wheat was up to their waist. They got down and crawled on their hands and feet, and the mustard gas made their eyes bloodshot and their mouths foam out the side of their masks, and then they had the breathing apparatus. And when they came up, there was a mess. You know, it was war. And the Germans said the word, I can't remember the German, but it translates to devil dogs. These are hounds from hell coming at us.
Oh.
And the Marines, of course, they were like, really? That's our new name. So they put up posters as fast as they could, and to this day, they're devil dogs. But
How
he's
about
buried
that?
here. He's one of the fellas that earned that name.
Mr. Ducey.
Mr. Ducey is, yeah.
Okay.
Red Ducey. Did
Yeah.
you know him?
I knew the Duceys, that one had a store or something. and-
Yeah, that was his brother and his mom.
Yeah.
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 Yeah, he was, it was interesting, because
Yes.
he came home, and they threw a parade for him, for his homecoming.
Oh, big
3,000
parade, huh?
people lined the street from the station to John Street, to 141 John Street.
Okay.
And they dropped him off at his mom's doorstep, and then that was the parade.
Oh, okay.
I said that would be a neat thing to recreate
Yes.
for Veterans Day. I was like,
I wish I could find that paper.
is it this one or no?
Hmm?
It's not this one?
No, it's on a yellow sheet.
Okay.
Let me see that. That doesn't.
That one's the.
No, that's not it.
So you were married to Yellets?
No,
They The Yellets gentleman? Oh, okay. Alright.
No, my husband was from Pennsylvania.
Oh, okay.
He was an Army brat.
Oh. Oh, he was a handsome army brat, though.
Go ahead. I'm listening.
He was handsome. I was just saying he was handsome. I met some people who are related to, I don't know if they're related to you. I know they're related to Kenny. They were the Grays.
Are the Grays related to you?
She said their dad or their grandpa was related to your dad or something like that. Yeah. So if he's from Pennsylvania, how'd you meet him?
Well, it's kind of a long or short story. A bunch of us girls, we used to go to the Fayette Theater, and we went to the Fayette Theater, and as we were coming out, there was a lot of Army, you know, they had their uniforms on and all, men that was standing outside the door. And so when we came out, they said, can you tell us a place where we can go and sit down and talk and you know, have sandwiches or something. So I don't know whether you know this. Mrs. Brady, you remember Mrs. Brady?
Oh, yeah.
So we said, well, we can take you out to Mrs. Brady's place out on 22. But anyhow, so they said, okay, we'll meet you out there at Mrs. Brady's. All right, what the Army fellows were doing here in the Fayette County was they were staying at the Armory because they were on their way to go out in Oklahoma. They were going to some maneuvers. They were going to maneuvers. So anyhow, we went out there and exchanged telephone numbers and all of that. And so I got, about a week later, I got a telephone call, and he said, do you know who this is? And I said, no. Oh, no, I named a couple of fellows from Clinton County Air Force Base. And he said, no. And then he says, well, I'm Harvey Yellets. And I was at the Fayette Theater, you know, and that's where I met you. And then we went out to Mrs. Brady's. So anyhow, we exchanged, well, I mean, we already had exchanged telephone numbers. And so then another telephone call and wanted to know if he could come down and visit me. So I said yes, and the rest is history.
Aww. I love that. That's funny. You know, a week. Today people will be dying if they hadn't heard from somebody for a week.
Yeah.
I think about that. I'm like, yoy.
Okay.
That D. Foster,
Yeah, that's D. Foster.
that's what I thought.
Do you know who the first black hairdresser was in Fayette County?
Cool.
The first black hairdresser was Clara Willis, my cousin.
Oh, wow, okay.
Okay,
Yeah.
I know that name.
Clara Willis. Okay, her husband, which was her second husband, he used to have a horse and wagon, go around and do people's gardens and all of that. But she was a Jones.
Nice. Well, I said cool because I saw that in a book from Jeffersonville. It was Cool White, and he was the first like black barber out there.
First black what?
Barber,
Oh.
but his name was Cool, Cool.
Oh, is that right?
White, Cool White.
In Jeffersonville.
Yeah, I saw that in an old book.
Oh, okay.
You know, one thing I saw that I don't know if you'll know about this or not. It was the gentleman. They said that they are the ones that came up with the dual saddle strap for running. So that if you had somebody on the back,
Oh.
they could put their foot in and hold on.
Oh, okay.
And they said they came up with it. Either Jeffersonville or Bloomingburg had a blacksmith and a leather worker that came up with that.
Oh,
And I couldn't find any of the patents or anything for it. I mean, I'm still looking.
okay.
I didn't know it was just written in a book. It was a sentence in a book.
Mabra, Isaac Mabra was, they classified him as a veterinarian, but he didn't have schooling, but everybody brought their horses to him. He lived in Jeffersonville, and he dealt with horses and all of that, so I don't know if that might be the case, but
Okay.
I know that that'd be the case for him.
Okay.
You know, but I don't know that he was the person. But Isaac Mabra.
Okay.
My grandfather is the one that came up with this rheumatism or arthritis, and he, wish I could find that.
The liniment. I saw the liniment. Is that what you're talking
Liniment,
about?
yeah, you
Yeah,
saw
yeah.
that?
I saw that, yeah. And then I saw another one that was the McCoys, and I wondered if, so he escaped to Kentucky, from Kentucky up to the, up to Michigan on the Underground Railroad. And some of them would take on the name of the house they stayed at the longest. And
Okay,
the McCoys were on the Underground, they were a station.
okay,
And but he came up with the real McCoy, which is a ointment or a not ointment. It's an oil or a lubricant for engine oil.
okay.
And I was like, okay. I didn't know if he had any ties here or not.
I never heard of him. He could, but I never heard of him.
Jimmy Pollard, you know who I'm talking about, Jimmy Banks.
Yeah, Pollard Banks. What?
Yeah. His mom's picture right there, and I just seen him this morning. I wish I'd have had that. I would have gave that to him.
Oh, is he still living?
Yeah, he
What?
still lives over in his mom and dad's house there on Gregg Street.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Okay,
He remodeled it and everything.
okay.
But I'm gonna take. Well, I got that picture. I'm gonna take
Yes,
and
good.
get a copy of that
Yes.
and take
Okay.
that to him.
Okay,
You know.
good.
Well, you know, you cannot beat the old uniforms from World War II and that
Yes.
era. They actually brought them back for their
Mhm.
dress blues now.
Uh-huh.
They brought it back a couple years ago where soldiers now they can dress in their, and
Okay,
it's this kind of uniform again.
okay.
It was a big hit. I was like, yeah, it's very interesting.
I wonder what, there should be a lot of books that I have that Mr. Weed, the sale coming up tomorrow,
Yeah,
should have out there.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I have to work tomorrow, or else I would go and bid on
Oh,
them.
you can,
Where is that? Where's that gonna be?
right back behind Street Side 62,
Okay.
you know, where he's got his,
He told me. He said there's a whole book, almost a whole book about you.
Yeah,
Of
there
what?
is. There's a bunch of them
of what?
out there about,
About
the
me.
Upthegroves.
Oh, okay.
Just you, or the Upthegroves in general?
Upthegroves.
Okay.
Yeah.
Over there by the heater, that book standing up, white book, there's a story in your, someone wrote about, I don't know whether it's Upthegroves or not.
This one here.
Yeah,
So this lists Doris Dixon Harris,
yes,
and then in your letter you said, or in this yellow one, it said, where'd it go? The yellow one, it says that they were living on the farm of a Dixon. Was that the
oh
family?
no, that's white, that's,
A white Dixon's.
yeah, the
Okay.
white Dixons, yes.
Oh boy, that looks just like a friend of mine. That looks like that could be one of her ancestors.
Yeah, there's a story in there about my mother and father too, because I wrote it.
Oh, is that the one from 1984?
No, this is in this book,
The courthouse one?
yes,
Yeah,
Uh.
that's the book from 84.
I think it's 84,
Yeah,
okay.
that's got some pretty cool Hopkins. So I was looking at the different streets and stuff, and I look at it and I see all these different people listed, and it's like, oh, okay, so these are the Hopkins. We have Hopkins Street, McElroy, the number of people who fell in love on the Underground Railroad is rather interesting too.
Mm-hmm.
The McCoys and I think it was McElwins,
And who?
they ended up marrying, the brothers ended up marrying the sisters.
Oh.
They both married a set of sisters
Yes.
because they would see them so often.
Mm-hmm.
And it was right out there by the Beatties and they would see them so often.
Okay.
I was like, okay. So this council that they have
Yes.
here,
Yes.
I wonder if there's any documentation left of it.
I don't know. I wish there were. I think I had Mr. Paul LaRue kind of check around for me, and I don't think he found anything either.
So it was just called the Council for
Washington Courthouse, just like,
City Council?
yeah,
Or?
just like city council.
Was it the City Council that did it, or was it like a council for freedmen or something? Like, is
No,
it?
no.
Okay.
I don't exactly know how they titled the council, but anyhow.
Okay. I'm gonna have to. Now that the internet is a real thing,
Yes.
maybe we could find it on there. They had a lot of different things. So this is Polly Jones. Was that your grandmother?
Yes.
Did you know her, or was she?
No.
Okay.
As I say, does it have when she was born or died?
1828.
When she died?
1913. Okay, so no, you.
19th. No, she died. And Spencer married for the second time, I think.
Okay.
Was that Spencer or Samuel?
Spencer.
Yeah.
Okay. So what was it that drew your family to? Were you Methodist?
No, Baptist. Always Baptist.
Okay.
Always Baptist.
What drew your family to the Baptist faith?
The church wasn't first called Baptist. It was called the African American.
AME?
No.
No, that
That's
was
not-
a
It's
church.
probably over there in the pile of books over there, because I've got a book.
Universal?
No,
What, no.
no.
I've seen that a couple places. Universalist.
No. And the first Baptist church, I'm saying Baptist now because that's what
Sorry.
it's called.
Yeah.
The first one was right across from the high school. Right across from the high school on North Street.
Oh.
You know that house that sits way in the back?
Yeah.
It kind of sits back from the sidewalk.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
That's where the first black Baptist church was.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
Was it? So I saw that when I was researching, like, how it went from people were together to segregation. They said specifically with the AME, they went and requested it because they wanted to separate so that they could have the black and the white, because they wanted to be able to keep their heritage,
Oh,
and they felt like their kids were losing that.
okay.
So they wanted to be able to keep their black heritage. Is that ever something that, or was it when they say the Black Baptist Church, was it by the choice of the black congregation, or was it something that was forced on them?
I don't think it was forced on them. I think it's what the actually the black people wanted.
Well, I saw that, and I don't know why, it kind of surprised me,
Mm-hmm.
because some people say, oh, if they could, as soon as they could, they'd be white passing. But then I see so much effort that went into preserving
Mm-hmm.
the black heritage
Mm-hmm.
of the range of color, and I see that, and I'm just like, okay, and to keep it the strong ties,
Mm-hmm.
and I just don't know. I don't know that was not maybe a more recent interpretation. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I mean, I'm sure there were people who were white passing that would rather not be known. I don't know. Did you, growing up, did you find that at all? Like, no? Oh, look, Joyce Clark. It's just where it's just an interesting thing, the the difference. Did you ever see the book or the movie that had Sam Lucas in it from here?
Oh, Sam Lucas. I don't know.
He was the first Uncle Tom from Uncle Tom's Cabin.
Right,
He was the first black man to play Uncle Tom.
right. And I think Paul LaRue talked about that a few years ago on one of his, you know,
His speeches.
Documentary
Month.
type thing.
Okay. I thought that was really interesting.
yes.
Yeah. I was like, wow, that's, because he was in a lot of things. But I didn't realize, I don't know why, but I didn't realize that people who were born in slavery were still around to have roles in silent films, I guess.
Yeah.
I was like, you just forget how close, I guess, how rapidly technology has gone. You know, like, I'm like, wow, that's crazy.
Second Union Anti-Slavery
That's
African Baptist Church.
it. That's it. That was
Okay.
what it was first called. Yes.
Yeah, I think you have a book like this on just that church, don't you?
I do. I don't know whether maybe I'll have one or not, but I've got one back there in the corner, I think. See, I got a lot of books back there in the corner.
So most of the ones that are over there are Maybell's copies of this? Or is that what, like, the copies of your guys' work?
No,
Oh,
all work and, you know, everything else.
hobby.
But I've got a book, I think it's over there in the corner, of the church, the Second Baptist Church, from the beginning till up to, I don't know what the last year
So-
I've got in here now.
What's this here?
What's that?
I mean, I see it's Petunia. Be careful. This is Petunia, be careful. Is that,
Oh, isn't that cute?
yeah?
I've never seen that.
Oh, okay. Well, I thought maybe it was from when you guys were younger.
No, let me see it. Wonder where she got this at. This is neat. I want to see what date it is.
Yeah, I thought it was really neat.
Yeah. It was Christmas 1936. The Whitman Publishing Company received.
So your sister was quite a prolific writer, it looks like. Eva?
Is that,
This is the
church?
Second Baptist
that's the
Church
Second Baptist Church.
and other black
That's
churches.
got a lot of interesting things in there. Well, I've never seen this book of Maybell's.
Well, I saw.
Copyrighted 1934. How about that?
It's just a little kid's book, it looks like.
It is, but isn't that cute?
I thought it was.
Oh my gracious.
The little girl on the front is very.
She's probably got this at an auction or something.
Yeah, here it is. The
'Cause
first Second Baptist Church was first known as the Second Union Anti-Slavery African Baptist Church in 1855 by George Bryant
Now see, there's Bryant's on my mother's side,
and Kelly.
and I'm thinking, I knew if I got that out, I couldn't get that in like I should. Oh no, there it is.
I wonder if there's you got me thinking about this Jones situation, because when I was reading it, Up from Slavery, the book Up from Slavery by Frederick Douglass. Is that who that was?
I don't know. I
yeah.
know about
The
Fred.
Tuskegee, the guy who started the Tuskegee Institute.
Oh, the Tuskegee.
Tuskegee, yeah.
Yeah.
The guy who started that.
Yes.
He was talking about when they got released from slavery, or if they escaped, they would take on the name of someone they respected. Like, so a lot of them took on Washington or Jones. So a lot of the people would take on an abolitionist name
Okay.
because it felt like a cleansing of, like, you know, slavery. And I know Jones, that was a Covenanter. There was a lot of Covenanters with that name. That's why I was curious.
and then here Washington Courthouse gave us the name of Jones.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wonder if they had anybody, because so when I looked on in the Red Oak Church, a lot of the people who were actually the Scott Irish were instigators of the revolution
Mm-hmm.
because they wanted immediate emancipation. So that was one of the reasons that they wanted the immediate emancipation. So they came here, and there's a book called Involuntary Americans about this first group of Covenanters who were shipped here and sold into the mills, and that's where they learned how to do it. And then they didn't want to be around the English who had enslaved them for a time. It was their punishment. So under Queen Elizabeth I, they said, well, you know, we have this problem of we need labor in the colonies, and we're just going to kill all these men. Why not just send them over there and let them do what they want with them? Work them to death. We don't care. So they did. But then when the 30 Years' War ended, they released them. It was supposed to be lifelong, but they released them. And they released the Irish that were shipped. The orphans were shipped here.
Mm-hmm.
And they were sold. And that's how a lot of, they say 75% of African Americans have Irish blood in them, from where the first generation, they were, especially as you got down to the south, in like the swamp marshy areas, the mosquitoes would bite them, and they killed a lot of people. And that's why they specifically switched to almost all black slaves, is because they had the sickle cell, which was an adaptation
Okay.
that turned their red blood cells to where the malaria had nowhere to rest. It couldn't find a home. So when you look at, it was 1612 when the Irish Covenanters were shipped here, and some of the Scottish Covenanters and the Irish Catholics, they were shipped to the Caribbean, Virginia, and New Jersey. And when they did that, that was mostly the men. But then they realized they have all these kids they can't do anything with.
Mm-hmm.
So between the ages of 8 and 14, they had all these kids, and there were no orphanages in Scotland or over in Ireland. So if sleeping outdoors was a crime, doing it twice was a felony. You could die. So they gave them the choice: go over to America or die here.
Oh.
And so they shipped them en masse over to the over here, and they said when they got here, a lot of the 8 to 12-year-olds went to the south. So 8 to 14-year-olds went to the south, and then the older men went to like up to the hardier areas because they thought it would be better for them. And they became called the Red Legs.
The rednecks.
Red Legs. In the Caribbean, my grandmother's from the Caribbean, because their legs burnt so badly.
Oh.
And this kind of a beautiful thing happened. The Africans who were, during the first round, they were coming here either to, by the order of their king or tribe, they were either like a conquest. So they had been defeated, and they either had to go towards the Arabs or they had to go that way. And they knew the death rate for the Arabs was like 10% survival rate. It had a crazy high death rate. So they said, well, we'll get on a ship. We'd rather that than go that way. So they came over here. And at first they were told, after 7 years or after this long or that long, you'll be released. So it wasn't originally supposed to be a lifelong owned by people.
Okay.
It wasn't until one of them took the other one to court, because under the English, you could be, if you owed $25 to someone, you could have a 3-year contract put on you, and it was a contract term slavery. So like that you could be sold during that time, separated from your family. You didn't have any legal rights, all the same things. But they would, the women and the men who came here were usually the younger men, but they had to leave their babies behind. Because they were coming here, and the idea was that they would eventually, they were supposed to get land after. They were promised certain things if they went peacefully.
Mm-hmm.
And that was in the first shipment of blacks. And then when they got to the Caribbean, these poor Irish kids came in, and they said, oh, so the mamas from Africa took care of the babies from Ireland.
Mm-hmm.
And then, as they had children, as the mamas and they had their babies, a lot of them intermarried. And that all happened before the 1650s.
Okay.
And I was like, okay. That was in the Caribbean and in Virginia.
Okay.
But it's estimated that 75% of black English, so like the English settlers that were black, the Canadian, they have 75% of them have Irish blood from that.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, interesting. So yeah, that's what, there's a lot of Irish, because then they had a lot of redheaded, like, black people. It's kind of interesting.
Well, my aunt, two of my aunts was redhead.
Oh.
Aunt Mocky.
Oh, that's right. I forgot she sure was.
And Aunt Gerald had red hair. Geraldine.
The oldest one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Oh,
right.
I love that name, Geraldine.
Mm-hmm.
I love that. Have you ever read the book Squaw Winter?
Who?
Squaw Winter by Viola. She's from Highland County. She was a history teacher in Highland County.
Oh. Mm-mm.
Yeah, she's I just got a copy of it. It's very good, but it's about the Melungeon there, which I guess that's a derogatory term. I didn't know that because I know people who are Melungeon and they just call themselves Melungeon. I didn't know, but yeah, the Carmel Indian and Melungeon settlement down in Highland and Clinton County, right there.
Okay.
And so they wrote a book about the an Indian love story about a black slave that came here and then a Indian, and they fell in love, and it's based on the folklore of Highland County.
Okay.
I mean, actually, it's kind of positive.
Yes.
Yeah.
And,
Yeah, and I mean, it's like, yeah, people just, when I talk to some people, well, one, a lot of them don't realize how much good there is. This generation, my kids' generation, is the first generation more conservative than their parents.
Is that right?
So, yeah.
Okay.
I was like, okay. Like more, not going, crazy. Not going out there and, burning their bras.
Yes.
First generation that could have their own checkbook. Like, what do you think of that? Yeah.
Well, I don't see anything wrong with that due to the fact that they're out making, working, making money, so why couldn't they have their own checkbook?
So I had a girl, and she said it was the 19th Amendment anniversary, and I said something about it. And she said, I don't understand why women did that. I said, who's your mother? Yeah, I was just like,
Okay.
So was your mom like someone who, you said was your mom someone that worked outside of the home?
She did housework outside of the home.
Okay.
See, when she was coming up, there wasn't no jobs, and her education. My mother was very smart, but she only went to about the 9th grade or 10th grade because they lived on a farm, and she was one of the she was the second oldest one of the family, and she had to go out and work in the fields.
Yeah.
So she didn't get to finish her education, but she knew just as much or maybe more than what I did. She's a very smart woman.
Yeah. Well,
My
you can
mother
tell
was.
she's raised some very intelligent daughters. Do you know if the, like, how do you feel about the fact that, like, today, families and stuff, they don't seem to stick it out as much? Do you think that's because they have had to go, almost lead separate lives, or?
When you say stick it out, I don't quite.
Like, divorce is such a high thing, if they even get married today. Do you think it's because, like, they ended up where in your parents' generation they were at home together a lot, farming, and they went and did other things, but then they came back together for most of the day. Do you think like they were that having industrialization where you went off and you worked in a factory for 12 hours and maybe different factories and you came home, do you think it makes it harder to have family unity?
Well, to a certain extent, yes. And I can't explain exactly just why.
Yeah.
But
Yeah. I don't know. I always love to learn, like, just the different ways that people viewed things,
mm-hmm.
And so my grandmother was born in 1922 in St. Bartholomew, down in the Caribbean.
Where?
St. Bartholomew.
Down in the Caribbean.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, is that right?
She was raised on a little bitty island. She didn't know how babies got out until it was time for one to get out of her.
You're kidding.
She was almost 30. She didn't know.
Oh.
And my grandpa didn't tell her.
Sure. Okay.
She figured out how to get him in, but then he said, just wait until you figure out how to get it out, Yvonne.
Oh, my gracious.
And somebody told her, and she said, I got a what?
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah. I was like, oh my, because she was so, it was only a mile by 5. It was a little bitty island.
Yes.
And yeah, she said, what? Yeah, it was so interesting how different people ended up here from all around the world.
Yes, it is.
It is, and
It
it's
is.
a very unique place as a result.
Uh-huh.
His family, so his ancestors in Germany, along with some of my ancestors, were the Mennonites.
Mennonites.
They formed the Mennonite church in the 1400s, I think. And then Upthegrove was one, it was like Upthegrove, or Groff, whatever, but it was actually, they were against slavery in all its forms, including the Arab slave trade, which was very popular in Germany.
Okay.
And the Arab, they didn't really do African slave trade, but they had the Gaelics that would be sold off, a lot, the Irish and the Icelandic slave trade, so most of the time they ran that way. And they were against that, and they also told the king that they didn't believe that he was more special than them.
Oh.
The printing press came around, and once that happened, people started realizing maybe the church isn't as infallible as it thinks. And then when his family came here, they ended up having his family moved here and went to, he manumitted the woman that he had 8 kids with, and all their, and I said, well, that's interesting. And then Yellow Springs, Ohio,
Yes.
was founded as a spot where they could bring their mistresses.
Yes.
What do you know anybody like from Yellow Springs that was part of that history, or?
No, I don't know that much about Yellow Springs.
Okay, it's just very interesting. General warrant. Let me see what this picture down here is. I wanted to look at some of these pictures with you. This is the church. I was just looking at it.
Oh, that's the church book, huh?
Oh yes. So
Okay.
I don't want to. I'm gonna look at that. So I have these here.
Now, is that my church book or Maybell's?
It was the one at the auction. Wait, no,
Let me
I'm
see.
wrong. That's this
Yeah,
one.
that was, okay.
My bad here.
Okay. Oh, that's the Buffalo Soldiers.
Oh, really? It
Yes.
says do not reprint. Interesting. So what is the Buffalo
You know,
Soldiers?
I want to give that to someone too, because Mr. Lawson, I think, he's the one that gave that to my husband once, because I think it might have been right before, maybe he thought he was dying or something, but he wanted someone to have that, so he gave that to us.
Interesting. So what were the Buffalo Soldiers?
Oh, you don't know anything about
I know that they were buried in Greenlawn. A lot of them were buried in Greenlawn Cemetery, where my
Oh.
grandfather's mother was buried.
Buffalo Soul. I can't tell you too much about them other than the they reenacted the
Oh, it wasn't a real regiment? It was a real.
yeah, it was a real
Oh,
regiment,
okay.
but they reenacted that, you know, because I forget when the Buffalo Soldiers actually started, but when they came here to Fayette County,
Yeah, this here, the 10th Mountain Division, U.S. Cavalry. I know guys who are in that,
okay,
and it's one that a lot of like black men will request to be in because it is a historically black regiment.
yes,
Right.
and the 9th and the 10th Cavalry, okay, they came here, what was his name? Sergeant, Major Don North came here and reenacted, or I guess that's the way you say it,
Yeah.
the Buffalo Soldiers March. And I got pictures, and then I sent a couple of pictures to Don North, and he sent me back this one and said, may God bless you, Don North, Atlantic Buffalo the Atlantic Buffalo Soldiers. And that was taken back in 1994, yes.
Wow.
But anyhow,
It's so odd to see the way that they're like they just. Was this
yes.
when was this taken? This picture.
I don't know. He doesn't have on the back, does it?
Spanish American War,
Oh, okay.
May 1st, 1926.
Okay. All right.
Okay. Wow. That is really cool.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I know some men who they requested, they're from Texas, and I know him, and I know one from who he died in Iraq, and he was one that requested to be in the Buffalo Soldiers.
Oh, okay.
It's very big to them.
Now he's got Harvey Hudson must have been some of his relatives. And he's got Harvey Hudson, Buffalo Soldiers, the 10th Cavalry,
Yeah.
something cemetery, London, Ohio.
Oh, yeah.
October the 6th, 1880 to August the 12th, 1948. Brothers of something.
Oh, it's a tombstone.
Yeah, Tucson.
Oh, okay. Okay, I see it. Wow, you know, these tombstones just need to be what's the word?
Cleaned or something, I don't
It needs like the black put back on them so the words stand out.
Oh,
So
yeah,
they're
yes.
sandstone, and then they would take and rub in a coal or something. I don't know what it is, but an ink or something.
Mm-hmm.
That's what. Yeah.
Yeah, so that was taken in London, Ohio.
Wow.
But anyhow,
Yeah. So I read somewhere that Ulysses Grant stayed in New Holland, Ohio.
and New Holland,
Uh-huh.
Ohio, you're kidding. I never
Yeah,
knew
so
that.
he actually taught the boys in New Holland how to do parade because he was sick, and so one of my ancestors was his mom's sister,
Okay.
and the Ogdens and the Simpsons, they lived right up there in Mount Sterling,
Okay.
and he was on his way to the Spanish-American War, and he got ill, and it was right after he graduated from West Point.
Mm-hmm.
So he was on his way down, and then he got ill and stayed in New Holland for about 2 months.
How about that?
And when he ran out of money, he said, "I'll teach your boys to do parade rest or like do parade for $1.25."
Mm-hmm.
And so that way he could pay his way.
Sure.
And as he left town, he had all the boys salute him. And what is so interesting is I'm trying to figure out what Cook's connection was to him.
Mm-hmm.
Sheriff Cook was kept, the one that with the riots.
Oh, okay.
So that sheriff was kept when he was younger.
Mm-hmm.
In the war, he was kept 1 for Robert E. Lee's son. Robert E. Lee had a son that was captured and brought over the Ohio River.
Okay.
And they kept Cook from here in his, and when his son ate, Cook ate. When Robert E. Lee's son got exercise, They mirrored him. And I just thought that was, I said, I wonder why they chose him to
Yes.
be the mirror of him. So I'm still trying to find the connection between Grant and Cook. I mean, it's got to be something interesting, like maybe a relative or something, because they wouldn't have just chose anybody. But we had more people sign up here than any of the 88 counties.
Is
More,
that right?
if any other county in Ohio, we had the most volunteer soldiers for the Civil War.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah, I was, and a lot of them, I was just amazed at how many people. So I found one that said that Paint Valley, which was Ross, Highland, and Fayette County, had 4,000 members of the Abolitionist Society.
4,000.
It was the largest in the U.S.
Okay.
And at least 500 of them were here. So that's a lot of people. You know, if you think about, and that was just a timestamp, you know? The Gist settlement.
Yes.
So when I was reading about Red Oak down in Adams County, Red Oak Presbyterian, they were upset about the Constitution. The Three-Fifths Compromise was trying to penalize. It was the Quakers' way of trying to do away with slavery within a couple generations,
Oh.
because they thought that if they punished them by not letting them have, like, under the English and the French, if you brought, it was run under a head right system, a head tax system. So if you brought 50 poor people with you, you could count their land as yours now.
Oh.
Because so you contracted with them to bring
Sure.
them here. But they were not aware that they could have gotten, 500 acres if they got here on their own. And it was only about $4, which was back then, it was a lot of money.
Oh, sure.
But they would contract with them for $25 to cover their food the first year. And no one mentioned the fact that they were getting land.
Okay.
And that's how, like, Appalachia ended up almost exclusively in outsiders' hands.
How about that?
And so when the surveyors got upset and the Presbyterian Quakers, the Quakers had a schism in the 1790s area, and a bunch of the Quakers from Pennsylvania struck out for Ohio because they wanted immediate emancipation. And then the Presbyterians had their schism, and they ended up flooding in and saying, we want immediate emancipation.
Oh.
We don't want to wait. It's their right, and no man has a right to anyone to own another at all. And they didn't feel like their intellect was compromised. A lot of Jackson, President Jackson, and some of those people, they wanted to end slavery, but they also felt that black people didn't have it in them to be intellectual, and that is so silly. It's so funny how they, after the Civil War, they made an active effort to make it seem like the Underground Railroad was just poor, ignorant blacks, and their saviors were white. And I just think that when I was reading a book called Bound for Canaan, and it said that they went to extremes to try to present it that way, so that people would view black people as less than still. And in the year 2000, around then, late 90s, early 2000s, there was a huge push to highlight the strong black conductors and the role that they had in it. And somehow in it, it feels like it has become black history and white history, and not it's not American history anymore.
Okay.
So I'm trying to find a way to show that all together we can make something pretty cool. But if we let everything separate us, it's no good.
Nope.
No.
That's right.
So do you think the Underground Railroad, it's black history. you know, but it was organized. So the Gist settlement, they took that name on because the first surveyors, Massey and Gist in Ohio,
Excuse me.
oh, you're good. When they laid out Ohio after the Revolutionary War, they would only give abolitionists the best land to run the Underground Railroad on. Is what I read that in a book from Adams County, and I thought interesting. So they said they wanted them to have the waterways because it was easier to lose a dog to lose a scent in the water.
Oh, okay.
So it was easier when they were running if they went up. It was easier to escape a dog if they went up a creek.
Okay.
So they had people who would, like a man would be riding a horse, and he would be up on the road, and then in like Paint Creek, you would have in the summer months, not in the winter, of course, but they would be walking down the creek, and then if they saw somebody coming, the man would say, "Oh, hello," or whatever, and that was during the day if they had to travel during the day, but a lot of times it was at night. And they just felt like that was the furthest, the 5 to 10 miles was the furthest that you could go and be back before sunrise.
Okay.
And that's why they came up with that number.
Okay.
So the Rankins. Did you know any of the Rankins from here?
Did I know any of the
Rankins?
Rankins?
Mhm.
Yes. There was a Rankin. Paul. No.
Glenn.
But I used to know Rankins. Yeah. Yes, I did.
So they had.
But I can't tell you how I knew them.
Yeah.
But the name, yes.
Yeah. So John Rankin was most of the slaves that came up through our area. We had several pikes coming through. So they had, this one came up from Maysville, Kentucky.
Mm-hmm.
And as they came up along, the Rankin line is what they called it. And John Rankin wrote letters on slavery to his brother when he found out that his brother had slaves.
Oh, okay.
And his brother said, "But I treat them well."
Mm-hmm.
And he said, "It doesn't matter, you're missing the point, my brother."
Yeah.
And he motivated him so much that Thomas manumitted all of his slaves in Jeffersonville. He moved here
Yes.
and sat up stations on the Underground Railroad and became a conductor. And he brought all the people that he had purchased with him
Okay.
and freed them and manumitted them. That's how a lot of the first families came to Jeffersonville.
Okay. Didn't know that. Okay.
That's what, yeah, it was that was in an old book on, Lowry Rankin was his name, one of their sons. And so the Rankin family left Virginia because they were upset about slavery and they didn't want their sons to think it was okay.
Okay.
So a lot of the Presbyterians did that, and a lot of the Quakers. They all shifted over and separated themselves physically from it, and then they went. Whenever the Northwest Territory opened up, they came up here and started doing the Underground Railroad.
Okay.
A lot of their descendants did. It's very interesting how you can have a strong opposition to it. But what's that expression? All it takes for evil to win is for good men to do nothing.
For good men to do.
To do nothing.
Okay.
That's all it takes for evil to win.
Yeah.
And I think that it's interesting. And today it feels like kids have lost touch with the roots of all of the, it's almost, people are almost embarrassed to be American now. And that's odd.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, oh, okay. Like, they
Yes.
think that they're so...
But you know what? They don't teach any of this in school nowadays.
Right. Yeah.
And it's so sad because the people, the young people coming up now know nothing about what you've been talking about,
Right.
Because he was so light complected, and we thought he was white. but see how light complected they are?
Wow.
Yes.
She's beautiful.
Yes.
So they're the ones from Kentucky?
Now,
Or are they the
I
other
don't
side?
know that much about this is on my mother's side, and I
Okay.
don't know that much about my grandfather or grandmother. I don't know where they, all of the family I know about is on my father's side.
Okay.
So, but
Do you remember their name?
do I remember their name?
Mhm.
Oh, yeah. This is, her name's Clara.
Oh.
See, my name's Clarabelle.
I love it.
And this is, what's Grandpa's name? Luke. His name is Luke Beatty and Clara Beatty.
Clara
Yes.
and Luke.
And they had twins.
Oh.
And
Genetic.
let me tell you, and their twins are they were 1 year older than my sister and I.
Oh my.
Oh, yes.
Surprise twins.
Yes. Oh, yeah, very surprised ones. I bet. 1 year older than us. Both of them are deceased now. Imogene and Geraldine were their names.
Oh,
yes.
I love that. Imogene and Geraldine.
And Geraldine, yes.
That's cool.
Yes.
Okay. Well, they're good ones to know. It's just so pretty.
Oh, yes.
And look at her waist.
Oh, yes. Oh,
Yeah.
yes.
And those after kids?
But she died real young, too. After she had those twins, I don't know how many years, I forget how many years she lived after that, but anyhow.
Wow, she's beautiful.
Yeah, oh, yeah, she
So-
is, isn't she?
The thing is, these pictures, they used to be so much clearer, but the ink is fading
Oh,
on
yeah.
some of them, and
Right,
that's why I'm
yeah.
like, oh.
Right. Uh-huh.
Hargrave, Charlotte Hargrave.
Okay, she graduated. She lived right down the street from us. She graduated with a Jackie's
Okay.
mother.
To
She
my,
was my sis-
friend,
she graduated-
Jones.
What's it say?
To my friend.
Oh, okay. She had graduated the same year my sister did, my oldest sister.
Okay. She's beautiful, too.
Yes. And she moved to Xenia.
Hmm.
And
This one is... She looks Cherokee almost. They're like native.
does it have a name?
It's Nina Bass.
Bass.
Bass. Nina
Yeah.
Bass.
I knew Basses, but she lived, I think she lived over on Page Street, but I don't know that much about her.
Interesting.
No, don't
It's
know that much about her.
Interesting that you have so many pictures. Like, did they? I mean, these must have been expensive to give out, right?
Well, I don't know how they were, but anyhow, you know, they used to. I'll tell you about pictures. If you had a piano, that's where you would put all of these pictures on the top of the piano
Oh yeah.
and display them.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
And then this is Alvin.
Oh, that used to be my boyfriend.
Oh.
Yes.
Before
He,
your.
he graduated the same year I did. Now you know where the.
Oh, I love the pinstripes.
Do you know? Yes. Do you know where the Church of God, First Church of God is
Yeah.
on Harrison Street? That's where. Now his mother and father, which has long been dead, but they had a house over there on Harrison Street. That's where they lived on Harrison Street.
Oh, he's handsome.
Yep.
Bailey.
Bailey. Yes.
There was I read about old Ann Bailey, crazy Ann Bailey is what they called her. She
There
was
was two sets of Baileys over there. Yes, and that was the other set probably, and because I know the Bailey's on his side.
Wilma Jean Lee.
She graduated with me and
Oh,
my sister. Yes,
she's very pretty.
and she just died about 4 years ago, I think. Yes, Wilma Jean. She after she got out of college, or she went to Ohio State. She had a son, and she moved to California, and then her and the son went out to St. Louis, I think St. Louis.
Okay.
But anyhow, she's
This is Sue Tyler Foster.
Sue Taylor Foster.
Okay.
And
She's so pretty.
yes, she lived here right down the street from where our church is, and she married D. Foster, and she's deceased.
Mm-hmm.
She was younger than I was, but we'll
Yeah.
just go this way. No, this way.
Yeah.
What-
Yeah, it went like that. Did you ever think anything different of like kids that were lighter than you, or like had like white and black, or
No, I
mixed?
didn't. No.
No, I was just curious. My
Yeah, I
niece,
know. Yeah.
I have a little girl who is mixed, and I just found out that Kathy Wilson she's white. It's her grandma, and then Mitchell was her grandfather. One of the Mitchell boys was her grandfather.
Was it Mike Mitchell?
I don't know.
Did he live here in Washington?
Oh yeah,
Courthouse?
oh yeah.
It could have been Mike Mitchell.
But
I don't know that.
she's beautiful.
You said she's mixed?
Yeah.
I bet you a dollar.
You can't hardly tell that what people are like. Is she like Middle Eastern? Is she black? Is she white? It's so interesting. Like she really has a very, well, I can show you a picture. She's a beautiful baby.
Okay.
But my niece, that's her.
Oh.
And she's very pretty. It's just,
she is.
and I was just curious because I know my other niece was mixed,
Okay.
and sometimes she felt like she didn't belong in either world.
Oh,
And-
that's bad. You know.
Yeah.
When a child feels that way.
Yeah.
Yes.
And I just wondered if it was something that it was kind of mostly in her head, or if it was like something that culturally, like, I know that some people can be mean
Oh yes.
because people can
Yes.
be cruel. This is Ross Jones' father.
Oh. Yep, that used to be one of my boyfriends. Oh no, that's Ross's father.
Oh.
Yeah, Ross Jones. Yeah, it says father. Okay. Yeah, I never met him, but I used to go with his son. Yes, from
Okay.
Columbus.
Also a Jones.
Oh yes, because they always say, "Well, Clarabelle, why didn't you marry Ross Jones? You wouldn't have to change your name."
Well, so this one is Fred and Rosalie Hunt.
Yeah. Okay.
You can sit up if you need to. I don't want to wear your back out
No,
leaning forward
all
on
right,
it.
That's all right. Okay. They lived. Do you know where I lived at on Elm Street? Okay. And where my garage is now, well, there used to be a house there.
Okay.
And my mother and father owned that. They built that house themselves, owned it, and they lived in there when they first got married.
So is this your parents or is this no?
What'd you say?
Who is this? This is the Hunts.
Fred and Hunt.
Are they related to you or
no,
just?
no relation at all.
Okay. Well, she's so pretty.
Yeah.
They are just so pretty.
And then after well, let me tell you about him. You might have heard about him.
Oh.
He used to work out the Pennington Bakery, and he would have to clean out those great big vats where they had where they would make the bread and all, the big vats. And one day he was cleaning out the vats and fell in it.
Oh.
Yes.
Oh. Is that how he died? Is that how he died, or did he just get hurt?
No, he died.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I wasn't sure. Well, sometimes people lose an arm or something.
Yeah,
I was
right,
like, oh
yeah, no.
It's people died so much younger.
Yes.
Like in some of the books, it's like they had this child, this child, this child, and 3 of them lived to adulthood, but
Yes.
one of them died when he was 9 in a mill. It's like, oh, so a 9-year-old is an adult apparently. So Roger Allen.
Okay. He was actually from London, Ohio, but there wasn't much work up there, so his father and mother moved to Washington Courthouse. They lived over on John Street, and that was his graduation picture, yes.
Very nice. D. Hart Foster.
Okay. That was
Oh,
picture.
not as good looking.
Yeah. No.
But that's okay.
The lady down there, Sue Foster,
Uh-huh.
that was her husband. They got a divorce. Yep.
Okay.
And he just died was it in January of this year? He was 94 when. No, he was a year younger than me. So I forget. But he just died.
So did you ever meet the Dolbys?
Who?
The Dolbys? Or the
Dolbys?
elders, yeah.
Dobies.
I guess he came back here after the riots, after he got out of jail in 1915,
Dobies.
the one that caused the riot. And then
No.
he came back here and lived. So I was just curious if you ever met him. Because he got out and got married and had kids and everything down here.
Dobie? Well, I know who you're talking about, but no. Oh, that goes real way back.
That is, yeah. Pat Packer?
Can you read it?
Yeah, Rockhold? Rockhold? Mr. and Mrs. Rockhold.
Oh, Rockhole.
Columbus.
Yeah, Columbus, okay. They were just good friends of my mother and father, but I never knew them that well.
Oh.
No.
He looks like he's about to get a sermon.
Yes, he does, doesn't he?
Such dapper dressers. She looks pretty. Locklear?
Elizabeth Locklear?
Uh-huh.
Yeah. They used to be just a good friend of my mother and father, her and her husband. They used to play cards together. Yeah. She was a private nurse.
Oh, nice. Okay. And this is another Locklear.
Well, that's probably her husband.
Oh, okay.
Does that say Lauren?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was
Lauren.
her husband.
Okay.
Yes.
Interesting. I never realized some of the names. I see so many names. They're just. This is Linda Wings?
Wingo.
Wingo, okay.
Yeah, that was my mother's sister's daughter, yes. Yeah.
Mother's sister's daughter. Okay. That works, yeah.
Yes.
And then, let's see here if
Can
I
you
have
get-
any more in here. I do have some of the baby pictures that were up there.
Okay.
Did you have a brother too, or just your sister?
No, just the
The
two
girls?
of us. My twin sister, my oldest sister.
Okay. Where is that? Spencer Jones. And if you get tired, we can always.
No, that's all right.
Now this one,
I'm fine.
is that a little boy or a little girl there?
Oh, that's my father and his sister. That's my
Okay.
father right here, and that's his sister, Neoma. She lived here in town.
Naoma.
Dixon. She was
Okay.
Dixon. She was a Jones naturally, and then she married a Dixon.
Okay.
Yes.
Aw, they're very
that's
cute.
cute little. Yeah, that she's
Yeah.
got them in.
Oh, so
Okay,
these
that's
ones were
my-
for your sister?
That's my father.
He's cute.
Yeah. He was handsome. They said when he was young.
He's a cutie pie.
Yeah.
It's so fun to see how, because this was him too, right? Because I saw this picture and he was a good looking fella. This is your older sister and him. I'll
No,
take these.
okay. This was my mother
Uh-huh.
and father
Yeah.
and my
Oldest.
oldest sister.
Yeah.
Yes. Exactly.
She's,
Mhm.
so would this be before or after they moved to courthouse? Because they moved.
What does it have a date or anything?
No, it just says with baby Eva.
Well, no, baby Eva. How old do you think baby Eva is there? Do you know?
Under a year, I'd say.
Under a year. They
Yeah.
weren't living here in Washington Courthouse then.
I'd say under a year. How far apart are you guys in age?
See, her 3 years apart.
Okay.
She was 3 years older than my sister and I.
Okay. How did you feel having a sister that was a twin?
Uh-huh.
How did you feel about having a sister who was a twin?
Loved it to death. Loved it.
I always remembered you guys. I always thought you guys were like the same person. That's you guys, right?
Yeah, that's right.
Oh,
and you know
so
which one's
cute.
which?
Which one's you?
This is me. That's Maybelle, and that's my older sister.
Nice.
And over here, that's my father and his brothers. Now let me see which one is
Jones.
Dad. Oh, this is Dad up here,
Okay. Okay.
and Uncle Spencer. No, Uncle Cecil and Uncle Spencer.
Okay.
Yes. Yes.
It's just so pretty, the pictures. That would be.
You know what? Oh, they don't have no name on there. I don't think that's either me or Maybelle.
Yeah. So
But-
you guys weren't identical, were you?
Yes, we were.
You-
When we were younger, we were.
I mean,
identical. There's a lot of.
genetically, you guys weren't.
Yeah,
Were you identical
yeah,
or paternal?
Oh yes.
Okay.
No.
I wasn't sure if you guys were. This. She's so cute.
Let me see.
The little baby, just the little bears and stuff. I mean, just so.
Oh yeah. I don't know.
And I appreciate how much it took that child to sit still.
Yeah, right.
People forget.
I don't know who that is. Now you know. Now you know it's over there, do you?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, that's you and her.
Yeah.
Right. Yes.
Me and. No, this is me sitting, and that's her standing.
Oh yeah, here's the copy of it.
Oh yeah, right. What year does this say? This is
2012.
oh 2012. This was kind of, I say, you know,
Recent. More recent than.
yes, but
Yeah.
okay.
And so this would probably be your dad then?
Yeah, that's my dad. That's him.
Handsome fella.
Yeah.
Put that one.
Yes.
Did you want to keep that one or you got it? Do you have that picture?
No, I'll take this one.
Okay.
since you
I was
got
gonna say
that in
she's
there.
got a copy.
Yeah, because I don't remember having this. I'll take this one.
Oh, it's 1926 is when that picture was taken. She's got it written right there.
1926. My gracious.
And you guys were born in what, 27?
We
Or
were
no,
born in 29.
29. All right.
29.
Okay.
There's another picture I want. What was that other picture? Oh. Did you see this? You probably saw the write-up when they had the write-up about the...
Mm-mm. No, she's...
Was it 2019 or I forget when that was.
Oh, the First Family Society.
Yes, yeah.
Well, they didn't stay here, but I do know my family from the Ogdens. The Ogdens were, they were the people that the land for New Holland was donated from an Ogden.
Okay.
So I do know that one. Class at Urbana Curry School. A lot of people went toward Urbana, I noticed.
Went to where?
Urbana.
Urbana.
Yeah.
No, to college in Urbana.
Yeah, I just noticed that a lot of them went. Is that where like Wilberforce and stuff was?
No. Mm-mm. Most of my family that went to college went over to Wilberforce.
Okay.
Yes. Mm-hmm. On the Jones side, went over to Wilberforce.
Higgins. Robert Higgins.
Yeah, he's in the book, but I don't know how he comes in, but he's
He's
on
in
the
there.
Jones side, yes.
Interesting. And this is just a list of black people in
Look.
courthouse.
Let me see what that says. Blacks in Washington Courthouse. Oh, year 1939. Let me see if she's got other years. She probably does. I just want to see some.
Oh wow.
She's probably got, there's different pages in here. Well, anyhow,
Yeah.
that's pretty neat. I never thought about that. I wonder, oh, no, from 1939. That's the telephone book, 1939, and that's where she's got this at. Okay.
So it shows Firemen's Association here.
What?
The Washington Courthouse Firemen Association from '68.
Okay.
Did you know, was some of your family in the fire department? Here, I'll take this
Let
one,
me
sorry.
see. That's my oldest sister. Or oldest sister. Oh, that was just a parade.
Okay.
Yeah, that was a parade. But these two are the same. My sisters.
Now, did they have any,
No.
like, black firemen or black police officers?
Yeah, Virgil Harris. Now, you remember, did you ever remember Virgil Harris?
Mm-mm.
Okay, he was a black. policeman,
Uh-huh.
yes.
And there's that same picture of your
Yes,
grandparents on that side.
yeah.
Wow.
Okay.
Now you look like her.
That's my dad again, and this is my grandfather and my grandmother.
You look like her.
Oh, you think
I
so?
think
Okay.
so, yeah.
Okay.
When
Yes.
you were younger, I don't know. I think that you guys look like her.
Okay.
Something about her eyes.
Okay.
She was probably a pretty fierce woman.
Okay.
So, did you guys talk about things at the table, like politics or religion or anything like that, like as a family? Because you're so intelligent, and your sisters were too. And I'm just wondering, when did they find time to hand down all of this history to you?
Usually on a Sunday.
Okay.
Usually on a Sunday, because that was just the day where you didn't do it much of anything, but just, you know.
Okay.
That's my father's niece. Yes, my father's
okay.
niece.
Well, she's pretty.
Mm-hmm.
1938.
Is that what that 1938 graduation?
Oh, yes.
And
Oh, look at him. He's
that's
handsome.
one of my father's nieces. Yes, and this must be his nephew Calvin, I think.
Oh, lovely.
Yes.
Calvin Jones.
Jackson.
Oh, Jackson?
Okay. William Brandon. He lived over on Paint Street.
Oh, okay.
And then that was my aunt's son.
Mm-hmm.
And
Well, look at them tights. Kind of look like tights almost.
woo, okay, that was on my mother's side. These two are on my mother's side. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Mother's side, my mother's side, and my father's side, and that was my father's sister, and Alma Woodson.
Okay. And did you ever know where the Jackson name came from?
No,
No?
I never knew where the Jackson name come from.
Let's see.
There's the
This
twins.
could be my grandmother from the island, I swear, right here.
Okay, is that right?
And so they registered her when she came here on her citizen naturalization as colored because she didn't pass the paper bag or the pen test, is what they called it. They put a pin in her hair and it didn't fall out.
Oh,
It's just silly. It's like, okay. And then she was darker than a paper bag. Yes, she was from an island.
yes.
Yes. Like anybody's going to be from there. But she was, I mean, she got upset, you know, back then and stuff. I think it was probably 1940. She came here and she said, oh, no. And she says, both my parents are white, blah, blah, because they were Huguenots.
Okay.
So they were the descendants.
Huguenot.
The Norman Huguenots.
Okay.
Hmm. From Normandy, France, and they were exiled
Oh.
during the same Protestant Reformations that brought the Germans, the Mennonites here. The Huguenots came, and they're down south. A lot of the French or a lot of the black people have French names, and a lot of it is because they were like they came over and they were given the option. They did a really awful thing, actually. They put the head on a spike and the body in the cage up above, and they would bring their family and say, would you rather go to Mississippi or here? You choose.
You're kidding.
That's how a lot of people ended up here. And I think that's why they were so ready to free everyone. Let everyone have equal, you know, like, it's very interesting, the first part of America, how people ended up here. I was like, whoa, okay. So, yeah.
Now those two are twins. You never know it.
Oh, really? So they're not identical,
They're
they're
not
fraternal.
identical. No.
Okay.
Geraldine and Imogene.
They're beautiful.
And that was my
Look at her
mother's
lips.
sisters.
Woo.
Yeah.
That rouge or whatever it's
Look at
lipstick.
that one right here.
I know.
Yeah, they don't look nothing like.
They don't look like they acted much alike either.
No, they didn't. They didn't.
Oh.
Okay.
Oh, I know who this is.
Here, all these pictures here are of me.
Oh,
All of those, all of them.
wow. Oh, you guys are so cute. So you graduated high school,
Yes.
Okay.
1947.
and your sister did your other two sisters did also.
Oh yes.
So I noticed that a lot of people who came up here, they prioritized education for their children.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they couldn't get it down south, and they were like, my kids are going to be something. And I wonder how it got from that to so many kids failing school now. You know, as a culture, not black or white. It's just as a culture. So many
Yes,
kids
yeah.
are, not prioritizing their education. I read a couple weeks ago, Columbus, Ohio, lowered their standard again. I said, they're lowering their standards again for children? Some of these kids literally can't read graduating high school.
I know it. And that's just like they can't count out money either, you know.
I know. Yeah. I like my daughters. I used to have them order their own food. My 4-year-old orders her own food at McDonald's. And I know high schoolers that can't look a waiter in the eye and order food. I said, oh my goodness. It's like, I think the technology, when you can just order your food in the app and then pick it up, not have to talk to anyone. Or, you don't have to do as much anymore.
No.
Like, you don't have to interact with strangers as much.
Right.
I don't know if it's good.
It's bad.
Yeah. I think it divides people.
Yes.
Because they can talk behind a keyboard
Right.
with anonymity and argue, and some of the people aren't even real on there that you're arguing with. And it's like, okay, but now the kids, it's like, do you just not realize that these people are, they're not going to be...
Yes. Now this is Maybelle. Okay, this is Maybelle.
Okay. Oh, so okay.
No, you have the other one.
This is the same one, I think. Oh, unless it was underneath. No,
Wait,
I think
yeah,
that's...
this is Maybelle's.
Okay.
No, that looks like me.
Yeah, those are all you, I thought.
No, this one isn't. I know that one isn't, and this one isn't.
Oh, I love her smile.
Oh, gee. I just want to see if... No. Well, I thought we had another one. Maybe you didn't, hon.
So you just loved
Okay.
having a twin. I
Okay,
think that
now-
would have been fun.
Now, wait a minute. This one right here, that's... What's that? Let me look again.
Oh, you're good.
Maybelle, Clarabelle, No, that's Maybelle.
Okay.
And all right, one way you can tell, Sarah, her gap is always bigger than my gap. Oh yes.
So it's such a style right now to have a gap.
No, it's not no style. It's just
Nope, they got it.
as
Kids
you
love it.
As you get older, your gap gets bigger.
My best friend has a beautiful teeth, and she's a gap.
Does
And she
she?
said she used to stuff toilet paper between it to try to get it to go away, and for school picture day. And now kids go in and request it. They want it made. Isn't that crazy?
Oh yes, but I think you find more blacks have gaps than whites.
Really? I wonder why.
I don't know.
That's very interesting. Yeah. I do know that there's a thing that English people have smaller teeth, so their teeth are more crowded.
Yeah.
It's like I think that's an old wives' tale. I don't think that's a real thing, but I don't know. Maybe.
Go ahead. I'm listening. I just want to show you something.
Because I have super crowded teeth on mine. Super
Oh.
crowded.
Okay.
And everybody, like most of my family has super
Yeah.
crowded.
Now that's mine too. But I want to show you something. My friend in Columbus brought these pictures down, and okay, now she had on the back of this at Clarabelle. Well, I do know that is me.
Oh,
All right.
it's pretty.
Now look on this back. She's got Aunt. She had Maybelle, and then she put Clarabelle. And you know, reason I know it's wrong. It's wrong for both of them because she's got the date here, 2025. My sister died in 2024.
Ah,
See?
okay.
But this is a picture of her. But I'm going to have to tell Yana, she's got the wrong.
Okay.
She had Maybelle, and she crossed it up. But
Interesting.
Maybelle died in 2024. But this has to be Maybelle, but it's before 2020. So we got to get that straight down.
Yeah. You guys were so meticulous with your records. It's very impressive. Like, you were very meticulous. I
Yes.
love it.
Okay.
I think it's great.
Okay.
That's true.
So,
So that's from your family member or just a friend up in Columbus?
it's just a friend of mine.
Let's see here. So, were you guys ever able to find anything about Augustus West? They said that they have confirmed 3 times that he sold himself.
I used to, if I saw any information about Augustus West, I would take it out and
Okay.
put it in a book. But I think he must have all of the other books I got out to the auction. See, this all came from Maybelle's estate.
Okay.
Did you find something else?
These are just interesting. These are the bailiffs of Chillicothe. These are just some interesting. This says here, it says there, 1814 Jones, photo members and other families.
Oh, 1814.
Yeah.
Okay,
So
there's
that's Spencer.
that's Spencer. That's my grandfather.
Okay.
Yeah, that's my grandfather.
You know what? It's 409.
It's what?
It's 409.
Okay.
I don't know what you have the,
Well,
but yeah.
I'm gonna wear what I got on and just tidy up a little. Okay, and this is my
Sophia.
Sophia, my grandmother.
Mhm.
Now you might see a picture of her with her hair done pretty good, but you know that's an old picture. I don't mean an old
Yeah.
picture, but it's just when she didn't have her. Okay. Now
Wow.
this picture here,
Well, he was dressed in uniform.
yeah, he must be the Civil War. I don't know. Spencer Jones and family. Well, see, I don't know who any of these are,
Mhm.
other than what it says here.
Very interesting.
But he must be in some sort of, I wonder what kind of.
And that would be Sophia right here.
Yes, yeah, because of the hair.
Mhm. It's a very popular style.
I guess it was back there then. What's that? That's my.
Naomi Jones
Okay,
Dixon.
yes, all right. That's my father's sister.
Spencer and Sophia's wedding picture.
Yeah, let's see how nice her hair looks there.
Wow.
She had got it done. And then does this say?
1828. So Samuel and Polly Heisel Jones.
Okay,
Samuel Jones Sr.'s, or Spencer Jones Sr.'s parents.
okay,
Oh, wow.
okay. This was out in the country, Logtown.
Okay, so that was up here?
Yeah, that's.
Wow.
I don't know who any of those are. I don't know. It says Grandpa Jones.
Uncle Lawrence or Grandpa, it says.
Where'd you see that at?
Right here.
Oh, okay,
And it says, yes, Lawrence.
okay. So
So
that's
she
my
answered
dad.
her own question.
Yeah, that's my dad.
Era born, son of Spencer Jones.
Wait a minute. Excuse me. Okay. I was trying to get ready to. Ara. I think they called him Ara. They called him. But anyhow, he was the son of Spencer Jones.
Do you know anything about, like, where in Africa they came from?
No.
No.
No. We never went back that far.
Okay.
They're moving the flowers.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Now there he is.
Ara with his wife.
Yes.
She looks like an actress from. She's a famous black actress. She looks like her.
He was. He was. Just a minute now. What circus? What was
Ringling? No.
one of those old.
Barham?
Hmm?
Barham?
No, I can't think. But anyhow, he was in the circus.
Oh, really?
Yes.
What did he do in the circus, I wonder?
I forget.
Your sister has a book about Ohio's forgotten circuses.
Yeah.
Probably has him in it.
Oh, I know it does. If she's got about circuses, and there's, it says Lawrence. That must be Lawrence there. Eva, Neoma, Mabel, Bertha, Spencer. Okay, those are all the brothers and sisters.
Wow.
Dad's, and that's Dad's sister's children.
Oh, wow.
The
Okay.
Jacksons.
The Jacksons. Okay.
Yes. That's Dad and Aunt Neoma, his sister.
Oh, look at that face he's making. Trying to get him to hold still.
Yeah.
He probably tried to take that picture 3 times.
And that's my dad's brother, Cecil Jones.
And
with
Prince.
his dog. He was in the World War One.
Cecil Jones.
This is Cecil again. And there he is in his uniform. Cecil. There he is
Oh, look at
again.
him. Wow.
And there he is again.
Do you know if he was in the Army or the Marines?
Army.
Okay. Ooh, look
There
at
he
her.
is.
She is fancy.
Ooh, who's it? That's Aunt Margaret. Yeah,
Ooh.
she was.
That's what you say.
I'm not going to say anything else.
No, it was just she's fancy.
Yeah. Oh yes. Yeah, very fair.
Tolly Addison.
Okay, that was my aunt's husband.
Okay. Margaret Jones, husband of Margaret Jones.
Oh yeah, right. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. And there's Margaret. It says Margaret Jones. Yeah.
Yeah, it must have been a younger photo.
Yeah, it had to be a younger one.
Margaret and Tilly Addison.
Addison. Margaret. Yeah, Addison and Tally. Tally. Addison. So how?
Okay.
But anyhow.
Aunt Margaret with her diploma.
Yes. No, she went over to Wilberforce. That's
Okay.
where she graduated from.
Woodson.
Alma Woodson.
Okay.
Yes. She's in relation to some of those Woodsons, and I can't tell you right offhand.
Alma Woodson.
Alma again, and that's my aunt. They were going to a wedding, and on the way back from the wedding, one of the Amoses in here in Washington Courthouse came up right there by that exit that goes into Bloomsburg on
62.
62, and ran into the car and killed Aunt Bertha.
Oh.
And they got very little money from that and this was her husband, Aunt Bertha and her husband.
Did he die in the accident also?
No, he wasn't killed. She was the only one that was killed. Who's that say?
Eva and Bertha.
Okay, sisters.
Look at her. Margaret.
Okay. Yeah, that's Uncle Cecil with his dog.
He liked dogs, didn't he?
Yeah, he sure did.
Now, was Margaret his wife or sister?
I can't think who Uncle Cecil's wife, what her name was. It's terrible.
Oh, look at that. Mabel.
Mabel Jones. Okay.
So it's Mabel, not Maybell?
Yeah, this is Mabel.
Okay.
And,
Oh, wow.
and my sister's name was Maybelle.
And they're sitting on a cannon?
And Clarabelle.
Nice.
Mabel. Eva Jones
Jackson.
Jackson, my father's sister.
Oh wow, look at the pinstripes.
Okay.
Eva Jones Jackson.
What does it say over there?
It doesn't say anything that says
Well, it
Eva
must
Jones.
be the same thing.
Yeah.
Eva Jones.
Wow, I love the pinstripes.
Alma.
Now this was out in Logtown too, do you think?
I'm sure it was out in Logtown, yes.
So did you grow up in Logtown then?
Oh, no.
No, you grew up in here.
And right on the corner from where my house is, where my sister lived.
Okay.
Yeah. There was only 3 rooms in that house till my father built all the other rooms. Yes.
Just did it with love.
Yeah.
So he built it himself.
And then that was an empty lot from my house back to the alley. And so, since we couldn't buy a house any place in town, they said, we'll give you this lot if you want to build a house. So we built a house.
Oh.
This must be Bertha and all. I wonder where she got all these pictures. This is Aunt Eva and Uncle Andrew with, they got blank because they don't know who those 2 are.
Grandchildren, Spencer Jones Sr. and grandchildren.
Okay.
Wow.
Okay, this is at one of our reunions.
Oh wow, okay.
I was trying to think all of these are still living.
Okay. Do you think that it was hard in the court system here in Courthouse? Do you think that for you guys, like growing up, like the black community, do you think it was hard to be?
I don't think so. I really do.
Well, I noticed that a lot of the abolitionists are the founding members, and you know what I mean, founding members, and a lot of the church, or like the church leaders, founding members, and the lawyers and judges and stuff. They were all abolitionists.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, okay.
Mm-hmm.
Aw. You know, they don't do this kind of stuff that much anymore.
No. Now, I think the reunion this year, I think, will be our 159th reunion.
Of the Joneses from...
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Yeah. There's Maybelle, myself. And the reason I'm saying that because I remember that shirt. I might still have that.
Nice. Oh, the itty bitty babies.
Okay.
Now, did it ever bother you if someone married like a white person, or was it just
No.
there was just another person in the family now?
Just another person.
That's how I always looked at it too.
Yeah, right. I said if you love each other,
That's
what's
what
wrong
matters.
with going ahead and getting married, no matter what color you are?
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Will-it?
Willets, yeah. I didn't know them too well. Jones.
Were they related to you guys?
Oh yes.
The Willets?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Oh,
Come on, baby. He looks so upset. He's like, what are you looking at me? So the Bunch family. I know like some of the Bunches from around here, but they're all white, the ones that I know.
yeah. Mm-hmm.
I was like, huh.
But they had. There's my dad, his
Naomi.
sister, and his brother.
Okay.
They're all, 2 brothers and sister. There. Shackelfords. I don't know too much about the Shackelfords.
Were they related to you guys too?
Oh yes,
On your dad or your mom's side?
on my dad's side.
Okay.
Yeah. And there's
Now, did you ever know about the John Hunter? He was raised with the Stewarts.
Hunter.
He's the first surgeon in Lexington, Kentucky.
No.
First black surgeon. He was raised by the Stewarts because his dad and a group of men were coming up on the Underground Railroad. Well, they got to Mama Stewart's house, and she said, this baby ain't going to live if you take him along. She said, he's staying here with me.
And
So
he
she kept
did.
him.
And he did.
They raised him as their own and sent him to school, educated him. He ended up going down, and it doesn't say anything about that in any of the biographies. They have plaques all over Lexington for him
Oh,
because he's the first black surgeon in Lexington. It
Oh,
doesn't.
that-
It all says he's from Virginia. Does
Well,
not say a thing about him being in
that's-
Ohio.
Okay.
He was about 4 years old, and she said he's too sick. He won't live.
Okay, now this right here, that's where my garage is. They tore this down,
Hmm.
and
But yeah, they said he always came home for any kind of. I mean, this would have been the 18 whatever's, but
what's
what
time is
Lord.
it? 4:23.
423. Yeah.
Okay, after we go through this book, I'm gonna have to get ready to go.
Oh yeah.
What's
Who
that?
is he?
No, they're no relation.
Okay.
Nope.
Yeah.
Oh yes, they were relation. Dennis Purvis and Dwight Curtis, yeah, they're relation.
Okay.
Relation. I think all these in here are related.
Okay.
Who's that?
Lois Jones.
Yeah, Lois Jones. I
So
don't
this would be out at Logtown then. These
Probably
pictures
so.
probably.
Probably so.
Nice. Purvis.
Oh, is that what it?
Yeah, that's what the last name was too.
Yeah, Purvis. Okay.
Ooh,
Ooh.
Lovings.
Yeah, Lovings. They live right down on them. Some of the Lovings did. I don't know whether it was these or not, but they live right down on Church Street.
Okay. Ooh, she looks like Sojourner Truth. The picture that they have of
You're
her.
looking at this one.
No, this one over here. She looks like Sojourner Truth. Like, you know what I'm talking about? She was all wrapped up in the blankets in every picture, and that baby looks angry. Like they interrupted her nap.
What's
Hazel Janet.
Oh, is that still the Willets?
Yeah.
Yep. I don't know too much about the
That's so
Willets.
funny.
Okay, there's me. No, there's me. There's me, and there's Maybelle.
Okay, I see the gap that you're talking about now.
Yeah, you can see it there, can't you?
I'm gonna have to look up why there's so many gaps. Why they have gaps more likely. There.
It-
Maybe it is like a facial structure thing, like bigger, like.
I think so too.
Okay.
How many more we got?
Oh, we can take a break. We can pick this up a different day,
Okay, that's fine.
and I'll.
What